Good evening, everybody. Good evening. And welcome to Encounters out there all over the planet Earth. We're just going to adjust something here. Rachel, everybody out there in the world, good evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. This is Encounters, the late night talk show. Little after 11:05 on the East Coast. Welcome, everybody out there. We're doing well, Rachel. Hope you are too. Hey, Lakita, everybody out there around the world, Miss Daniels, all the people out there coming in. Let's amp it up right away. Let's share right away. Let's like right away, everything. Let's love right away our brothers and sisters all over the planet. And we are so excited. We have a lot to be excited about, folks, because we're making a new reality occur. You know, we're getting into something in November that's going to be hopefully really big. And you've seen some of the promotional video in the last today and tonight on TikTok, on YouTube. We posted one of the videos for November 12th, and we have more video coming to really blow this thing up. You'll know what we're talking about. We're going to talk a little bit about it tonight, and we're so excited. My coach should be on tonight, James. Grace in Connecticut with our Ashtar group should be on with us, and we're going to have a great show. We're going to have a really great show tonight. You know, and one of the things we're going to be doing, one of the main things we're going to be doing that nobody else is doing, other people probably doing things, but we're going to do is something that's galactically going to blow people's minds on the planet. What we're going to be doing is something directly that's going to affect everybody's consciousness if they watch it. I guarantee, no matter what people's religious beliefs are or political beliefs are or whatever their beliefs are on this planet, we're going to shatter those beliefs in a positive way. And why? Because it's time. It's time. We're not going to wait 10 years to do this. We're going to do it November 12th. You know, one of my missions coming to Earth was to find the right time to do this in the period of time I've been here. And now it's the time. So I don't care how many ancient alien shows are on History Channel or this person that's well known or that person's that's well known. It's time for peace on Earth. It's time for people to come together and get to understand each other. You see? And tonight, we will hear more stories. As beautiful as the story was from David over in Malaysia last night, it was beautiful having that person on from Malaysia. If you didn't see that show, I posted it on our TikTok channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Watch that program. It was a great show. You know? So we have a lot to talk about. And I know there'll be people coming in here that never been here before. They might be seeing our promotional video for November 12th. And I'm going to be here right on there with Grace and James. We might have 2 or 3 other people that are going to be with us on the show. And it's not really just a show. It's not going to be encounters. It's going to be really an Ashtar Command global event. It's really going to be an Ashtar Command global event. Now, this is amped up here on my show, is always amped up. But wait till you come on to November 12th when we do the Ashtar Command global event, which is the World Meditation. That is going to blow people's consciousness to a higher frequency. You know, when we plan something like this, it all comes together so beautifully because of the people that are working on it. You know, the universe always connects us with the right people. The Creator always connects us with the right people, right? And all of us come together all over the world on encounters to share their stories. Come out of the closet, be who you are. And as much as there's conflict and war and things going on in the Middle East, this world meditation is dedicated to blasting energies of light into the consciousness of people over there that might say, what's going on here? I'm feeling kind of different. Do you realize what we're going to do? And I was meditating about this, getting downloaded information, that we have the power as thousands and thousands of people, if thousands of people come to this live on November the 12th, we have the power to focus our energies on the Middle East. And we can pick an area, any area, Gaza, whatever area we want to pick where the people are. And we can send a beam of light that will change consciousness. Now, people will say, how could you send a beam of light that will change consciousness? All I know is that we can do it. I don't have any doubts that we can do it. Everything I've done here in my mission work, either off TikTok or on TikTok, has a purpose. Everything. Coming to Earth, all of us who've come here, remembering who we are, has a purpose. It's not just to say, I came to Earth from somewhere else. It's more than that. You have a purpose. I have a purpose. We have a purpose. Right? We have a purpose. And together, we're going to change the way the planet is. Together. That's why the term ground crew is so important. I didn't really, when I first realized who I was, I didn't realize what a ground crew was. But now I do, after many years. A ground crew is you, is me, is every awakened soul on the planet that remembers. And when you remember and you're out of the matrix and you break the matrix and you remember who you are, now is the time. You know, there are people saying, when are they going to come and help us? When are our space brothers and sisters going to come and help us? Your space beings too, just in human form, all of you. Yeah, did I just say that? Yeah. All of you are from outer space. All of you are from somewhere else. You know, and all of you are here right now. You've come here. You are here. You're all ground crew. We're not looking up to our space family and saying, come on here, hold us by the hand and help us. No, that's not the way it works. There are people, though, that think that's the way it should be. They'll ask me a question. They'll say to me on Facebook or something, I want them to help us. I want help. I want some help. Did you realize that you're the one who's supposed to help others on this planet while you're here in this human form? Thank you, Michelle. Do you realize that we are all here for a greater purpose than what we think it is? Yeah, you know, you might be a teacher. Maybe you work in an office. Everybody does something, you know, to keep their time going here on this planet. But outside of your regular work, you know, and I know that you are from somewhere else. Oh, good to have you with us, Terry. And Shaman says, I'm a healer. See? So I'm fired up. I am so fired up. There's nothing that can stop me, ever. No media, no person, no energy, nothing. Because I'm fully aware of what we're going to do on November 12th. And we're going to really push hard with all of you to make sure thousands of people, like a domino effect, that these videos that we're producing before the 12th, that they get to hit everybody on TikTok. Everybody. We want to reach so many people on this planet that have this media. We want them to join our meditation. Even the people that are in conflict with each other, they need to see this. They need to be in here. They need, and most of all, they're the ones who need to be here because they're the ones fighting each other verbally on TikTok over land. Those people need to come to a place of peace. And we're going to provide some galactic opportunity for that November 12th. Let me see here. My command, James, is a beautiful being of light. and my co-host. And let me see here. And we're going to bring Rachel in. The allergies going, weather, man, it's affecting me a little bit. But other than that, it is not affecting my consciousness. So
Hi, thanks for
hopefully
having me
James is
back.
still. Oh, James, yeah, Rachel, good to see you. I guess my co-host had a little problem there, so he'll be back. Good evening. How
Oh,
you doing?
hi, I'm okay. How are you?
So what's happening in your neck of the planet?
So, so yesterday morning, about, I don't know, it was 4 a.m., I had another calling. Um, where you hear it
You had
and you
another
feel
what?
it.
I'm sorry.
Another calling where you hear it and you feel it.
Okay.
And so I go outside and there's 3 stars up there and they're perfectly in line. Like each distance between them is perfect. And Um, I'm feeling, overwhelmed with anxiety, certain things that are going on in my life personally. And I felt like I always do, it's like I'm there to release. And when I'm releasing it and I'm focusing on this one particular star out of those 3, it reacts.
Mm,
Um, I'm like, I'm locked in, I'm focused in my head. I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling the energy, and it's reacting to what I'm actually saying in my head. If you hear me and you see me go down, and it does,
right.
and
It
my
does,
hand,
right?
yes, and my hand's up, and I'm gripping it, like I'm like literally have it up, like in a grasp, and it goes with my hand, it goes with my thought. We're in tune.
Mm.
So
So you're communicating with them telepathically, the beings on those ships. They're responding to your inner communications. That's pretty amazing.
yes,
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
And we've spoken about that before, about the telepathic communication. Um,
Yes.
they, and again, it's a male voice. Um, and it's amazing, this experience. And um, it's happened so much lately that
Yeah.
it's overwhelming. Uh, it's happened a lot. It's happened quite. It's quite. I can't even put in words how many times it's happened lately. And it's
Yeah.
always around 3:30, 4 a.m. in the morning.
That's when it happens. And that's probably a good period of time when everyone's asleep. That's when it's like a very clear frequency for you. And it's
Exactly.
amazing when you talk about telepathy. To me, telepathy is the most beautiful thing one can use to be in touch with everybody. And when you do telepathy, they understand you, the space beings on that ship. They respond to you. It's just a beautiful thing. You got confirmation when the ship moves like that. That's pretty beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's when I was a kid. I had a lot of my sightings at 2 or 3 in the morning. For some reason, I'd go to the window and I'd see green spaceships, like oval ships, really big. And
Right.
I lived in a suburban neighborhood in a cul-de-sac. Looking right out the window, there's an industrial park to the one side up a hill where there's other houses, and then the other way. And I would see them going over the horizon at night to wherever they were going. And it was always a regular thing. I never knew where they came from, but I kept seeing them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And one thing about all this stuff is, I question, genetics, DNA, like I start researching like why like why did this happen? Does that ever cross your mind? Like why? Or should I just let that go
It
and just
used
go
to
with
when I
it?
was a kid. I used to when I started seeing things when I get up at for no reason and look out the window, I see a spaceship. When preteen. So that would always be on my mind for a while. Well, the one time I was playing baseball, I was in school in a field at the side of the school, and I was the outer field, and it was overcast, and somebody hit the ball. It was a softball, and instead of catching the ball, I got my attention taken away. I saw a spaceship, a flying saucer, beneath the clouds going east. I was on Long Island. They was going east. I was looking at it. I got hit in the head with the ball, and I got knocked down. And I got up,
I get
and
it.
I was looking at a spaceship and not concentrating on the baseball. So, I don't know. I didn't care. I mean, I got hit. I was like, just a short bit of, you know, shock.
You were
But
struck on both sides.
yeah, I was stuck in the spaceship, which I knew was a spaceship. And then I'm
Uh-huh.
like, what the heck? This thing is a spaceship. And it looked like it was a saucer shaped ship. It was
Mhm.
nothing we ever had. And I was just like so in awe of watching it. So I always had but that was one of those other interesting sightings where I'm supposed to be playing baseball, and all of a sudden there's a spaceship under the clouds, clearly visible to me. No one else sees it, and it's going east. I was like,
Right.
then I get hit with the ball and get knocked down with the softball. I'm a kid. I get knocked down with a softball. It almost didn't mean anything about the ball thing. I was just like, I was more interested in the spaceship.
Right. I
You
got
know?
you. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Jesus hit you on the head with a baseball. Maybe, guys. Maybe, you know, if not Jesus, definitely the space people wanted my attention and they got it. Well, I was looking at them and the baseball didn't matter to me. After I saw that, I didn't even care about the game.
Right.
You know,
I understand.
who cares about the game? I'm seeing a spaceship.
You're locked in. You're like, what the freak was that?
Yeah. You know, I mean, people came over to see if I was all right, but I was all right. A little shaken up being hit with a ball in the, softball. And then I get up and I'm just like looking at the ship still, which they
Right.
don't even really notice. They're focused on the ball, the game. I'm focused on the clouds and the spaceship.
Right, right. They're like, hey, did you feel that? The people around you,
Yeah.
I can totally see it in my head. Like,
Oh,
you're like, oh yeah, you
I
all
have,
right? Like, no, I'm good. I'm focused up there. Like, what you looking
yeah,
at? What you looking at?
I have so many stories about spaceships growing up. It's, I remember every one of them. You don't forget if
No,
you
you
have
don't.
sightings. You never forget. Well,
You
your
never.
experiences, you're not forgetting any of them because you're having telepathic communications. If you say, "Can you move your ship right or left?" They hear you say, "Okay, let's move the ship right or left for her." You
And they
know,
do.
they'll do it,
Or
and
or it moves in and out, and like they turn. It's like they turn on a light and then they
yeah,
turn it off.
yeah.
It's
And
it's pretty intense.
let's bring in our guest, my co-host, down the rabbit hole, James. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have James take over for a minute, and I shall be back in a minute. We have Rachel here on Encounters, my great co-host James and friend, and we're glad to have everybody on here. You're watching Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show that is the number one talk show on social media. We'll be right back.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, are you ready? Oh my gosh, Rachel, did you see the videos for the meditation?
It was on yours. It was on your social media, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Yes. I believe I
Oh
saw it.
man. November 12th is going to be an epic day. We're going to change the world. The veil is going to be lifted. The darkness is going to be overcome. And where the light workers are about to come out of the darkness.
All right.
It's going to
Not
be
only that,
great.
we're about to come. We're about to reveal to the planet. This is really important. You know what we're really doing on the 12th? We're revealing to the whole world, all the world governments, that there are people here from other planets incarnated in human form. The
Yep.
word incarnated means we have incarnated from other planets here as starseed, as light beings, and there are many of us here, acting human, being human. That's one part of it. The other part of it is we're not really basically human. We're from the stars. We're from beyond this planet. We came here
Except for me. I'm from deep down in the earth rabbit hole. I'm
in the rabbit hole.
earthbound.
He's from the rabbit hole, but he's from the inner earth, which is where the other advanced beings come from. So he came from the inner earth to the outer earth, and that's why he's a
From
rabbit.
like I feel like I'm in between parallels. Like I resonate with Palladian. Um, I love reptiles. Love them. Like, and they react to me. I've held a baby alligator. I love lizards. I love
Well,
turtles.
you're just a Slytherin.
Now, David G is asking, how do I know I'm not human? You're not human. You'll know it by if you feel very different from mainstream society. If you're walking in a city and
Right.
you're watching how everybody acts, how do you act? How do you feel? If you go within David and you do some meditation, ask your higher self, where do I come from? That's the source. You're not going to find it out from everybody else, although you could. I've helped people here figure out where they're from,
If
but
he
I'd rather them
joins our
find.
meditation on the 12th, he might just
Yeah,
get that jolt of energy he needs.
Exactly.
absolutely, David. On November 12th, we're having a global world meditation for peace in the Middle East, and it's going to be a galactic meditation. So it's not going to be sponsored by Earth-based organizations. It's going to be totally Ashtar command all the way from the higher frequencies of light. So it's not going to be an encounter show that morning. It's going to be an Ashtar Galactic Command broadcast
Right.
to the Middle East.
Oh
And we're
gosh,
going
I
to
want to be
just,
involved with that. Definitely.
we're going to zap the planet, man. We're going to zap consciousness. And what they told me, Ashtar actually spoke to me this afternoon. I was saying, what are we doing? How are we doing this? He says, you're going to bring in thousands of people, Ashtar said, bring in thousands of humans who are awakened and focus on Gaza and that area. Focus on their consciousness, no matter how angry they are, no matter what they feel, sadness, whatever it is. Focus on their consciousness, and you're going to affect the way they act. He's saying that by doing that, we're going to send a beam of energy to that area that morning. It's going to affect people, and even some people might notice some weird things happening over there. Also, the other thing is there will be a few Ashtar Command spaceships in the higher atmosphere that will not be detected by radar that morning. And I got
Because they're
that information this
transparent.
afternoon.
Until I can
Yeah,
see right
no
now.
one's going to see them. The military radars will not be able to pick up our ships. So we will have approximately.
Man, Glenn, you are on fire. Thank you,
Thank
Glenn.
you. Oh, thank you. Hi, Glenn.
Holy moly.
Oh wow! Look at all that.
Hi,
Glenn
Glenn is
is
doing
Glenn.
his
ready for
thing.
November 12th. Look at that.
Yes, he is. Look at that. You're getting a lot of stuff there down the rabbit hole. Doing good.
Thank you, Glenn. Love you, buddy.
Which date,
Glenn,
Indigo?
welcome.
It's the 12th, November 12th, 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if it gets
Yeah,
really on fire, we might even do a late night edition.
you never know,
You
but
never know
we
with
are.
the Ashtar Command.
You never know, and be there or be square. Or how's that go? Yeah,
Say that too. Be there or be square.
be there or be square.
Oh, thank you, Dion.
It's just really. This is really a very important thing. And what's really important is also that we are coming forward, being who we are, coming out of the closet. That's so important now. Because once everybody comes out of the closet from all these different countries, and even the light workers in the middle, there are light workers in the Middle East, believe it. They're probably
There
operating
is.
very quietly, but they exist. They do exist. And the beautiful part of it is that we have the chance to transform the world. We have the power to transform the world.
We do.
And if we do that, if we allow ourselves to be that, it's going to be a most beautiful thing. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you so much. We love you, man. Thank you so much.
We're going to
Dawn,
wake
thank you so
up
much.
society.
We're going to really wake up
We're going to
society
topple the government
with love.
with love and light. We're going to show them. It's going to be like they're going to say, General, who are these light workers and what do they do? And we're going to
What's
say,
that?
we are one.
And Mr. President, what's that tall light being floating on the ceiling in your office? I see 10 of them there. Do you see them, Mr. President? Well, I don't know. I just got back from seeing the Prime Minister of Israel. But, Mr. President, there's a bunch of light beings in the room. They're looking at you from the ceiling. Well, I can't look up now. My neck is stiff. I need to
Now,
sit down.
because
President
you said
Biden,
Mr.
this is
President,
Minister Putin, and we are experiencing light workers all over, dropping
we
down
have
arms in
no
Ukraine. They are
right.
hugging each other in the streets. I don't know what is
That's right.
happening. They're
That's
cats and
right.
dogs living together.
poor
It's
Mr.
harmony.
Putin.
That's right. And you must know that we come with our ships. Our ships are here for you, not just for you. You do not have any power against our ships. We are here to take away all your weapons of war, and they are gone. We are going to disintegrate all your weapons, your bombs right now. In 2 seconds, no country in any part of the planet Earth will have a weapon anymore. Now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do?
Right? Aren't weapons made out of metal? You know, energy can retract metal, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty birdhouse thing. So, in all kidding aside, we really are serious about what we're doing, folks. We want everyone to participate on the 12th. We want you to spread the word. Everybody has a friends list. You might have 200 friends on here. You might have 100. You might have 5. Whatever it is, we want every single person on the planet here on the
We
12th.
are not doing a call to arms. We are doing a call to unarms.
Right.
Right. A call to peace, a call to light, a call
Drop
to
your
transformation.
weapons.
Yep.
Drop your weapons,
And look at each
everybody.
other in the face and say, it's time for change. It's time for peace.
It is time for freedom.
That too,
Yeah.
above
Society
And that
all.
is
freedom.
ready. We are ready for transcension. We are ready for a different community. We don't, the world has been so focused on branding and
Right.
having things and advancing technology that they haven't even thought to advance society.
Right.
Exactly. Right? Oh my God.
So it's time we don't need all this technological crap around us. We can sustain ourselves. We don't need all of this crap around us. And the governments need to stop representing us the way they do because
Yeah.
none of the people in any country are happy with their overlords. And it's time
Yeah.
for the love and the light to oversee and to take over.
Yeah. And it's all about the love, when I talk about contact and when we came together, James, I, and Grace, and when we talked about this, it's time. There's an energy frequency on the planet right now. And we are the ones that are going to be the way showers of a new world. Ashtar tells me and has stated very clearly that we are the ones that transform the planet so that we make it safe for them to land their ships and people coming out of the ships. We're the ones who have to make it safe for our space brothers and sisters. Do you realize how important that is? Does anybody realize how important that is? Because if we don't do the groundwork, we have to. We have to do the
The
groundwork.
time is now. I am not waiting. I am not sitting around anymore. We are gathering all light workers.
And we want
Light
all of
work.
them to come in here to encounters tonight. We want
Attention, this
every single
is
star
Down
seed.
the Rabbit Hole podcast with a special request calling all light workers. All light workers, Ashtar Command is reaching out to you now. Empower yourselves and we shall prevail.
We
That's right.
will prevail.
We will prevail. See, this is what's happening is we're amping energy up. When James talks, when Rachel's speaking, when I'm speaking, I'm here now on Encounters tonight to amp everybody up out there all over TikTok land. I know there's 1,000 different people alive right now doing different things, like people running after a cow, or somebody's jumping off a chandelier, or who knows what's going on out there, or somebody's throwing pies in their
Well,
face. I don't know.
I'm going to be guilty of that because I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be available tomorrow night or Saturday night because I am going to be live streaming from the haunted house that my company is sponsoring.
I'm very scared for
Fun.
you.
So we're going to have the camera set up right in the scare zone. So as the crowds are moving through, you get to see all the different groups get scared.
I'm going to be very scared.
And I'll be there doing some acting.
Well, we knew you were an actor. I saw you in the last
We
movie in
don't
Hollywood. That was about 5 years ago.
we don't talk about that. I don't
Plead the fifth.
now
We don't know what you're talking about.
now I'm gonna start getting autograph requests.
You will be. You
What
know.
when
Hey,
they
friends with
find
furs.
out
Good evening.
when they
Read it.
find out that
Hi,
I
friends.
was on the theater performing Shakespeare as a young lad.
And you were. You think that James is young, but he's really about 100. But he looks much younger than that because he's an ET from underground. Just
It's
kidding.
funny you say that because I had an out of body experience once where I don't know, it's weird. Like people are in the room and I don't know, it just
Hmm.
something took over me and I just stood up and I start conducting my body language in a way that was like I don't know how to describe it. It was like
Hmm.
I don't even know what to say. It was like something just came into me. And I
Yeah.
stood up in a way and like I look around the room and I said, "Hello there, everybody. I've been here for over 1,000 years." They all looked at me and they're like, "What?" And
Well,
then
that
it's
Yeah,
was
that was
it's I snapped out of it.
well, you were definitely someone else is talking from 1,000 years ago, and they came through you. They might have been communicating with you, without you really.
1,000 years ago, the people in England talked like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It
so
was
you're
so
watching.
interesting how that experience was, you know.
Yeah.
It takes me back to when I used to sleepwalk when I was a girl.
Hmm.
Like
Oh, I
when you
used to
feel like,
sleepwalk too.
did you?
Really?
Wow.
I haven't. I used. Okay, here we're gonna come out of the closet with a funny story, true story. One
Mhm.
night I was sleepwalking and I woke up and I went and I knocked on my mom's door to her room
Mhm.
and walked away from her door, stood at the front door, opened the front door, and relieved myself out the front door. Shut shut the front door, went back, knocked on my mom's door, and came back, and she was dying laughing the whole time following me
Mm.
around the house because she didn't know what was going on.
What you
Turns out
doing?
I was sleepwalking. After I got over the sleepwalking, I began lucid dreaming. So I
Yep.
think the sleepwalking was a precursor for the lucid dreaming and then the astral projecting and all that.
Yeah.
So you probably same thing. You slept walk, and now that as you're older, you probably don't sleepwalk anymore, but you probably dream very vividly.
Oh yeah, that remains. That will never go
Yeah. It's
away.
it's just a real interesting thing. Sleepwalking. I don't remember doing that, but I do remember waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, and then remembering that on my back window that I saw clowns, what I thought were clowns. And
Mhm.
I later on realized they were not clowns. They were probably extraterrestrial beings, you know?
Mhm. Yep.
And that would go on for a while, actually, when I was a kid. And I used to kind of freak me out a bit, at a time.
Of course, because you were a child, you know, and you didn't understand. I mean, you knew, but you didn't have.
Yeah,
I don't know how to describe it because I went through that too with certain
you did.
things. I didn't have support, you know. I didn't have anyone
Commander,
around, you know, to. I don't know how to put it in perspective, but I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say.
And there's also Angie says, would you mind, Commander, if I talked broadcast?
come.
Oh,
I guess she wants to come on the broadcast.
okay. Uh, yeah, Angie, we're going to bring you on here.
No.
And we have another person here, CC. No, it's Angie. I don't know who else is. No, okay. Angie, welcome to the broadcast. Good evening.
Welcome, Angie.
Are you there?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
We're doing good. How are you doing?
Hey,
Hello.
hey, I wanted to talk to Down in the Rabbit Hole. I wanted to talk to him for a minute, just a second. Hey, I seen your video, the first one, I think the second one you were crying and stuff. Can I just say that
Yeah.
maybe you ought to stop focusing so much on trying to wake up this sheeple because they're so focused. They say, okay, watch this. So I try to wake up my dad, right? So I try to talk to him, but then the next day he took it in, of course, everything I said. But then the next day they were fighting, arguing, doing the same thing they did the same day. Well, after I talked to him, like, hey, dad, this is not right. The next day they did the same thing over and over and over and over. I'm just saying maybe you should have stopped. Maybe you should stop putting your high hopes on some people. Maybe they're not meant to wake up. Me,
Oh,
you,
everyone's meant to wake up. We just have to.
we're,
We're meant to do
Well,
this. This is meant to happen.
let me give you some the history behind that video.
I'm listening.
Before that video, I was on a crisis call with attempted unaliving on themselves. I was on the phone with this guy for 4 hours, and I don't know if you've ever done crisis intervention or,
Yeah.
real. No, I mean like really had to talk somebody off of a ledge,
Right? Oh,
type of
God.
situation for 4 hours straight. It was emotional. It was spiritual.
Wow.
This guy was not spiritual at all.
Oh,
And, I had to pour every ounce of my being into this guy.
Wow.
And then adversely, I had to absorb all of that
That energy.
negativity
Yes.
and
yeah.
energy from
Yeah.
him. And now I am naturally a happy, optimistic person. In my personal life, I make active strives to really help people in their lives.
Right.
Yeah.
And I felt, and there was so much going on in the world at the time, and there still
Right.
is, but I
Yeah.
was feeling everybody's pain, everybody's suffering, because
Right.
as an optimist and as a master, I'm not affected by that of the outside world. But because I was in this situation where I had to
Right.
really get onto a different level with this guy for 4 hours straight. I mean, I was sweating and crying by the time I was off this phone call, as you can see. So I immediately just started recording because the message was in the important part. Forget the crying, forget the
Yeah.
emotion. The message is what the important part is. And I will
Mm.
never, ever, ever give up hope that as long as I am alive, that
You are.
if I had the opportunity to have 4 hours with every human being on this planet, I can
Hmm.
change their lives.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to make me
So
cry.
as long as I am here and I know that I have that power, I will never give up.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
You don't give
Wow.
up. You keep pursuing. You keep moving forward.
Yeah.
That's what's being on this planet's about. We're not here to give up. We're here to change consciousness. And that means we
Yeah.
push forward. We keep climbing that cosmic mountain. And that's what we're doing November 12th. We're here to beam energy into the Gaza, into the Middle East, and to get everybody to do their light work together, collectively. Thousands of people. We're here to bring everyone together. And we
Yeah.
want everyone to make sure they share on their friends list on TikTok 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 200, 300. Bring
Yeah.
as many people in here as you can November 12th at 10 a.m. If you can make the 10 a.m. deal. If you can't, then do the podcast later in the afternoon. But make sure, either way, you're there.
And to
Make sure you're
excite
there.
you guys even more, when Commander is done with his meditation, I am going to come on and I am preparing a 15 to 20-minute monologue motivational speech for everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, Commander,
And
what is your
I've been
podcast?
writing it. I've been writing it and working on it for about a week now.
I'm not doing the podcast. James is doing
Hi,
that later in
Rachel.
the day. I'm doing, James is going to be here too. So is Grace going to be here. And I'm going to be doing the the meditation that's towards the focus of the Middle Eastern area. We're going to
Yeah,
focus
Yep.
all our energy and light on that area, which is going to affect the
I'll be
vibrational
right back.
patterns of that area. I bet you there'll be tons of people in Israel, Palestinians, non-Palestinians, whatever. They're going to feel some weird energy because it's going to be coming from this broadcast, and they won't even know it unless they're on here from Israel and they're a light worker. They will, but it's going to be a very powerful day, and I guarantee you, Ashtar, who's communicating with me a little bit now, is stating, Commander, you guys are gonna amp it up. Everyone on the planet that you're working with is
You
gonna
guys are
amp it
gonna
up.
see a
Everybody in this room is gonna amp it up.
you guys are gonna see a part of down the rabbit hole you ain't never seen before.
Yep.
Can I ask you, Commander, a question?
Yeah.
A very important question, very big, very big. I would like to ask you, and I know if this is
What?
too far fetched, you don't have to answer. What could you ask them, the Ashtar people, what they want with me? Because I have a lot of videos I want to show you, but I'm a little scared to send it to you because I got real evidence of some things going on. But the deal
Mm-hmm.
is, I was recording a long time ago, about a year ago, like in the sky. They are here for sure. But my thing is,
Yes.
what do they want? What do they want with me?
Well, I can answer your question. In general, I can answer it because you are here. You wouldn't be here if there wasn't a reason. So just like anyone else who talks about their sightings, like the person from Malaysia that was on, that show's been recorded. You can watch it on my Astro Command Spaceship News page. Everybody watched that show from last night if you weren't here. With David from Malaysia, he had 3 years of contact with humans that look just like us, that are
Skip.
very loving spiritual beings. In your
Yeah,
case, if you're asking what do they want with you, all you have to do is meditate and go within and ask who they are and just ask them yourself. That's what my teaching is, to empower people. So I want, instead of me telling you what they want, you can find that out just by meditating and say, in the Christed levels of light, I am asking the beings on the ship that I'm seeing, can you tell me who you are, where you're from? You have every right to ask those questions. Obviously, you're having continued sightings of their craft. There are
yeah.
living, breathing beings in those ships. Ask them, well, tonight even, when you go to sleep, before you go to sleep. Ask them. They'll communicate with you and practice it, just like meditation. Practice asking them. I don't have to find that out for you. It's more empowering for you to find it out, don't you think?
Yeah, I really believe that. Yeah.
Then you have to all you got to do is do it. Will you do it?
Yeah, I promise I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I say something about this?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Rachel.
Um, so, from what you said, from what I heard about you, what you were telling, is the fact. Just think about this: the fact that you experienced it, the fact that you've seen it, should tell
Yeah.
you a lot right there. Like you're
I've
special.
seen a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Angie,
understand.
sometimes people are going through stuff in life and the ETs will come and let
Help you.
they'll let themselves be known to you to let you know that Angie, you are special. Angie,
Yep.
you are meant for more, and
Hmm.
Angie, everything is going to get better.
Yes.
You gotta walk the light.
The
Yes.
Yeah.
problem is blocking all the human and things in my life. Like I drink, okay, I smoke cigarettes, and I'm trying to block that. And I'm down to one beer a day. I ain't gonna lie, but the deal is I'm
Oh
doing my
wait, wait.
best. I used to be
You
a
could
major
you could
alcoholic.
still
I'm not gonna
you could
lie.
still
Like
enjoy a beer and smoke and work on your spiritual growth. No, but Ashtar didn't say you can't have a beer.
Just don't
Yeah,
let it get
Ashtar's
out of
not saying.
control.
Yeah.
The
and
thing
I
is,
don't.
your body, Ashtar will say, and look, you know, we all do different things. The food we eat, whatever it is, the main part of it is Ashtar will say to me, your body is your temple, which is true,
Right.
really. We have to have some clarity of our body in order to vibrate on that higher frequency. When I eat food at night, one thing Ashtar Athena told me, my friend in Los Angeles who is from Venus, she would always put her hand over the plate of food. Why? God bless you. By putting the plate over the food, you can transmute the energy of the food. Now people say, how do you do that? If you're fully conscious and awakened, you can transmute the energy of your food. You can put transmuting the energy of a drink, water, juice. You can transmute it with the palm of your hand, you know, and people don't realize that. But if they're fully awakened and activated, you can transmute the energy of your room just like you can with your food. If, you know, obviously the body is the temple. Each person's human physical body is a temple. How many people understand that when I say the human body is your temple? How
I
many?
do. That means don't put tattoos
Yeah.
on it. Don't defile it. Stuff like that, right?
Yeah, now,
Well, it's
there
more
are
than
things that have
it's
been
more than that,
created
Angie.
on,
Like I was gonna say, when it comes to your body being a temple, um, before the meditation on November 12th, I'm gonna do a 52-hour fast, no
Whoa.
food at all for 52 hours, and people are like, "Oh my God, yeah, you can do that and not be tired or da da da."
Right.
But when you get to a certain level of
Hmm.
yeah,
your nutrition and how you what you're intaking and your
Hmm.
spirituality,
Yeah.
yeah,
let me tell you what, fasting will change your
It's
life.
it's
yeah,
true. I live it. I do it. What you said, I live and breathe it.
yeah. It's really
I mean, I
important
don't
to
do it.
realize,
I don't do it all the time, but at least I try to do a good fast every 3 weeks.
yeah,
Yeah.
and not only that, if you just, some people are saying in the broadcaster in our studio audience that they understand their body is the temple, then that is really a key thing. When you have a clear temple, you can manifest everything in the world you need to manifest in a positive way. If
Yeah.
you clog up your temple, you're going to feel lethargic. You're going to feel sleepy. You're going to feel, oh, I don't
Hmm.
want to do this. I don't.
God.
When your temple's clear, man, you can do anything. You can manifest anything, transmute anything. That's why we're here. We come from the stars, but we sometimes forget because we're in this human shield, this human body that
Yeah.
we incarnated into here. But where we come from, all of us, we are very much able to manifest things just by thought, just
Yep.
by thought. When you eat, when you go to a restaurant and you eat, like you say, I'm really hungry, and you eat a big plate of food, and you had all this energy before you ate the food on the plate. After you're done, you're ready to like fall asleep on
Right.
the booth or whatever,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're clogging too much of that food into your temple. It clogs the energy flow.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
makes a lot of
we eat
sense.
food, but we also have to be not eating all so much food even that it clogs up everything in the flow of the energy in our temple.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially okay, so when you fast, that's to clear out. Okay, so when you
Yeah.
come back in, the last thing you want to do is eat toxic food because then
Yeah,
you're
don't
in
Yeah.
let
a,
me
you're like a
understand.
hamster in a wheel. Does that make sense what I'm
Right.
saying?
It does. It does.
So you have to stay on the path regardless, you
You
know?
know, you know it
Yeah,
takes
Angie.
three.
So
Look, you know we all eat meat, but you know it takes 3 days to digest. So say we eat every day meat, every like
I
morning
don't
and
eat.
night, morning and night.
Yeah.
right,
Imagine maybe that's what's getting some of us big is because the meat don't
Angie.
digest for 3 days. That's why we have to fast and clean our body out. You know,
Yeah,
It's always good. Like there are people that are vegetarian, vegan, whatever. No matter what you eat for food, as long as you put your hand over the plate and just transmute the energy of the food, you can clear the energy of the food just by putting your palm of your hand over the food. You can do that. You can transmute
Yeah.
the
we
energy.
should do. We should everybody as a group, all of us, all 102 of us. We should really make a focus effort, all of us, to really try to eat better and
Hmm.
and get healthy before November 12th. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys know this. I'm on a long-term weight loss journey. I've lost 100 pounds in the past year, and
wow.
not only have I lost the weight, but I have grown spiritually as well, because now I can fast. Now I can, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that. I couldn't even do it 50 pounds ago. You know,
Yeah.
it took time to get my body to a point where I could fast,
Yeah.
and it's a but. Your spiritual growth is a journey. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You know, you
Right.
got to take your time into it, and you do have to put the work into it. And I promise you guys, when Commander's saying, I'm talking about transmuting food and manifesting good things in your life, it will and can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true. James is speaking. He's done phenomenal. He's losing weight, and it's just a matter, whatever you do,
Definitely.
there's never a judgment on what people eat here on encounters.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
fat. I'm
yeah,
still
No, no,
fat.
no. I don't mean that when I said what I said. I'm just saying that, just be aware of what you're putting.
yeah.
Okay, so for me, what I've researched about genetics and DNA, so for me, like I have a very rare genetic makeup. So
Hmm.
for others, meat might work for you. I can't eat it. I can't have dairy. I can't have caffeine.
Right.
Basically, I'm like a rabbit. Like I can't. I survive on little. You know? And if I
That's
eat
good.
Crazy.
these other things, I get cystic.
Yeah.
And they grow in my breasts, my kidneys, my ovaries. They could even grow in my brain. Luckily they haven't yet, and I know that they won't, but because I'm in control of my genetic makeup and I know what I
Yeah.
can and cannot have.
Hmm.
So,
It's really, that's really the
And
beautiful. Let's see what's going on
that's a
here.
starseed problem.
you know,
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hey, it's
hi
Grace.
Skipster
Queen.
Grace.
Hello.
Grace is our other cooperator and collective organizer of our big event, November 12th. And Grace, what would you like to say
I'm
about our event? We have Rachel Learned in here.
super
She's going to go ahead.
excited.
You can, Nathan.
I'm super excited. First of all, that is such a perfect time because I'm going to be in New York City and I'm going to be doing the meditation in New York City. So isn't that
Oh,
phenomenal?
You're going to be
Yes.
yeah,
That's
they
standing in
need it.
Times Square in the middle of the road doing it, and
I'm
getting
gonna
everybody
be
else's.
in probably like I'm not sure what area of the city I'm gonna be in yet because it's a surprise.
Oh,
It happens to be my birthday weekend, so I'm going to be
Oh, happy birthday.
celebrating. Yeah,
Wow.
are you
so
going to be on top of the Empire State Building where you can look at everybody?
I love the Empire State Building.
Me
Honestly,
Yeah,
I really
too.
do. I
Yeah,
love the
I do
whole
too.
design of it. I love Art Deco, and I
yeah,
grew up in New York. I'm from New York originally. And it's really my old stomping grounds, but the fact that it was that you had scheduled it on that night or that day, I just thought it was phenomenal because I can just like sit amongst the crowds of people and just like send the vibe out. And I just feel like it's something that we need to really unite because there are a lot of light workers on this app. And what I'm noticing on the app, and you guys tell me what you think, is a lot of ads and a lot of like, TikTok shop stuff. And it's great. It's great. You want people to, experience abundance in their lives and sell and make money and whatnot. But I want to really just try to fill the pages with, positivity and, whatever it is you shine in your life. I want to see more of
Yeah.
that.
yeah. Me too.
Yes, ma'am.
And yeah, and that's why it's going to be a big deal on November 12th when we shake the planet up in a very positive way in the Middle East from here, from
Ooh,
all over the world. We want people in the Middle East who are light workers to join us. If you know any light workers in the Middle Eastern countries, tell them to join us November 12th. We want to bring everyone together. We're all from other planets, whether you realize it or not. You're not just a human being here on Earth. Every single human being, which is not every single human being, because every single human being, once you wake up, you're just in a human shell, but you actually are from some other planetary
Yeah.
system. One of the things about this show is it's about UFOs, it's about the encounters, it's about disclosure, but it's also about waking up humanity. It's about people taking their heads out of the sand and realizing, hey, there's something else around here and it's not just me. It's time to wake
Hey,
up.
Rachel.
Hey, Rabbit.
How the hell are
Commander.
you?
Hey,
Good. How are
Rachel.
you and Commander and all the ladies up here? And happy early birthday to her.
Well,
You
thank
know?
you
Yes.
so much. I got a whiles to go, but I always say it's a birthday month.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
This
gotta
sounds
celebrate,
exciting.
right? Gotta
Mm-hmm.
celebrate while you're on the planet and you got
Hey,
life.
Yeah.
Rachel,
Yeah.
I am so glad you came on tonight because even though you're not in the same part of Florida, we do share the same airspace in general.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen an increased airplane, maybe military plane activity today at all?
I
Or
haven't
even
really
just
been out.
increased commercial?
Yeah, I have.
Oops.
Oh, we
This has
lost her.
happened.
Uh-oh, she's on.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
She's there.
That's because they didn't want her to
Oops.
speak the truth.
I think it paused for a sec. Oh,
It just paused. Yeah, she'll be back.
Come
uh,
on,
The
Rach.
weird thing was the other night when everything dropped out and came back.
well, while
Yeah,
she's
that
coming
was
back
weird.
in, I wanted to say to,
Oh, thank
let's
you.
see, Angie, Mr. B sends a message. He said not to be afraid.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
Hey,
I
that's a
had a
Rachel,
wise
you back?
man.
commercial.
Sorry, Rachel, we lost you.
Yeah, I had a commercial that popped up on my screen and it freezes
Oh,
me
Oh,
when that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate those.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
interesting. Okay.
Rachel,
How
who said
convenient.
that?
what?
Well, you said somebody wanted me to tell you something. I was just wondering what it was again.
Oh, that was me. That was me. Mr. B in the chat. He comes up on the live occasionally. He's one of our space family members.
he's
He
very
said
wise.
he's giving you a message and says not to be afraid.
right.
I'm never afraid.
Good.
Rabbit,
Good.
Good.
what was it that you were saying, Rabbit, when I froze?
I was saying that I was on the phone with Commander earlier today, and swear to you, like flying from my direction, Tampa, north towards your direction, just plane after
Hmm.
jet, all leaving from either the airport or MacDill Air Force Base.
Wow.
Right. Yeah,
And
no. Yeah, there has been a really amp up with planes here too, flying, whether it be private, because we have a private runway right down the road too. And we also have all the schools around here, Amory Riddle and all of them. And I've seen like what was it? Yes, was it yesterday? There it was loud, and I mean it shook the house. And I don't
Hmm.
know, and I know it was military. You can tell military helicopters and things like that. And I swear to God, the way it sounded, and I didn't even dare go outside, but it sounded like there were probably about 20 airplanes all at once going over the house.
Wow.
Wow.
Rachel, where are you located in Florida?
I'm I'm located in Port Orange, Florida,
Okay.
and it's right.
Mhm.
I'm like literally 15 minutes from driving from my driveway right onto the beach of Daytona.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, I used to spend a lot of
It
time in
could
Daytona.
be. It could be that those military, again, this is speculation on my part. I have no idea. But they could be getting ready for the fact that there are spaceships coming to Earth. And wherever they're going, they're on alert. But I don't know where they're going. I have no idea. I'm just giving a potential possibility there.
Mhm.
I can be completely off on what I'm saying right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I We were talking about this the other day in a group, and I was I had like this vision of just like our families coming down, and not only just to like introduce themselves, but they were coming to individual families
Yeah.
that, of people that were aware that they belong to another, astral family.
Yeah.
And I had that vision that they came down and introduced themselves to, like, for me, Palladian,
Yep.
and
Mm-hmm.
like they would come down, and my Palladian family, part of my Palladian family, came down to meet my family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot
Well,
of
yeah,
realization
you're
that is
seeing.
happening now with people. You mentioned the Palladians. That word Palladian has a lot of meaning right now because the Palladians, and I've said it months ago, I talked about it last year, even before I got on TikTok, when I was still on Facebook still also as well. The Palladians are going to be the first ones making contact. Bashar had a video that he did, or Balanka did a video. I see it on TikTok. There was a short video about October 31st or something about contact. I think he's doing a whole broadcast about it. But it was like a little teaser of information, and something's going on. I wish Balanka was in Connecticut right now. I'd be asking Bashar 1,000 questions. But I think we're looking at something on the timeline. Things are shifting so quickly now. What we thought was 2027,
Yeah.
I think is going to be earlier than that in terms of the mass, ships coming into the Earth's atmosphere. I think it's going to be a lot of ships. That's my perception.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I see.
Well, I had that vision years ago, community, that I had told you guys in the past, that it was over by Daytona and there was like a massive, gigantic ship that was so huge that it like blocked out a lot of the sun. And on the side of it, on each side of it, and following behind it were other smaller craft, like really smaller craft, because
Right.
this master ship was like gigantic. It was like 50 times the size of a football field. It was
Wow.
huge. And then it had all these other little spacecrafts on either side, and thousands and beyond thousands of little ones following behind it.
Yeah.
I
That's
saw the
what we're going
video
to.
of something like that in Daytona.
Huh?
What are you saying,
I
James?
said I saw a video. Was this years ago? And I'm like years and years and years ago, like over 10 years ago.
No, this is a vision I had. This is a vision and a
Oh,
dream I had.
there was a mass sighting in Daytona years ago, like right when the internet was first coming out.
Hmm.
And I saw this video of it, and I've never been able to find the video of it again. And and like she said, this when I say thousands of little ships, it
Hmm.
looked like thousands of little ships.
Yeah.
And they were almost moving like a flock of birds would move.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in
Mm-hmm.
tune
Yeah.
with one another, very precise movement.
Yep.
It's not like anything else you've ever seen. I understand.
No, it won't be. It
Yeah.
really won't. Very
Yep.
interesting.
And yeah, there was something else. What was it? Just this year? I think it was this year, earlier this year, maybe it might have been, that there was an actual craft going down the coast of Florida, and there were fighter jets following it right on the shoreline.
Wow.
Wow.
There was a video of it. Someone was standing on the beach, and they were like, they seen this thing zoom by, and then all of a sudden there's these like 2 or 3 fighter jets following behind it, like right after it. I mean, it like warp speed, and this guy's standing on the beach recording it, and he had to slow it down so people could
Wow.
see it. And it was like, I'm like, did he just get that? I'm like, oh my God.
And you
Yeah.
know what the funny thing is when you tell that story? I called the local Air Force base. Oh, we didn't send any fighter jets. There's nothing out there. We weren't chasing anything. Yeah, right. You're not chasing anything. You're just lying to the local person or people that are seeing it. So yeah. So that that is a beautiful thing when they can record something down and catch it on video and document it.
Yeah.
And 2 fighter jets are chasing an unknown craft. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they've been doing that for years. The Air
Yeah.
Force.
Thank you,
Um,
everyone, for the gifts. I appreciate that so much.
can I say something about the beach in Dayt Daytona? About me and the whole alien Palladian.
Yeah,
So dolphins, from my knowledge, are connected to them.
yeah,
And I'm going to tell you guys a story about my about why I think that. So my uncle who raised me, he was my dad. He would take me to the beach for the summer. We had a beach house. We spent the whole 3 months out there, right? And for some reason, don't know why, I would sneak out early morning around 3:30, 4 a.m. and I would go to the beach shore right on the ocean and just be in tune and just sit there and just take in the water and the beauty of it. And then I would get up and go out into the water and I would swim out past the buoy area. And on this particular morning, when I did this, I felt a very strong, powerful negative energy. So I'm out there, I'm just swimming along, I'm like doing my thing, and all of a sudden I feel it. And I felt a shift underneath my feet. I mean, where my feet were. And it was a shark. And let me just put that down into perspective right there.
wow,
And I felt it not only emotional, like in spiritual, but I felt it in physical. And I started to retreat out of that water immediately, and I could feel it behind me. And then I hear, as I'm going and I'm going, and I'm trying to outswim this thing, I can hear movement behind me. And I make it to the
yeah,
shore and I look back and I see dolphins attacking this shark.
hmm.
And it was 5 of them.
And what did the shark do?
It died. It ended up on the shore like later that morning.
Wow,
I remember my
that's
dad woke me up.
crazy.
He's like, everybody was like, "Hey, come out! Let's like out!" Like there was like a shark like up on the shore that had been killed, and I
Hmm.
just played it off like it wasn't nothing. I was like,
I
I
Now
don't
know
you were in the
know
dolphins will
water.
butt
about.
them.
The
They will
shark
pick
was
and
there, and the
butt them.
dolphins came to protect. It looks like you were in the water at the time the shark was there, right?
Mm-hmm. Early that
And
morning,
the
yes,
dolphins came and tried to protect you, which they did, I guess. They
yes, they
prevented
did.
the shark from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well,
Yep,
the dolphins have a very high consciousness.
yes, they do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Very
So
Remember
the
the
intelligent.
dolphins know
movie
what
where
they're doing.
they're going to destroy the Earth and all the dolphins leave?
I don't remember that one.
What movie?
Oh god, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Every Star Child needs to watch that movie.
Well, I
Hitchhiker
need
to
to
the
watch it.
Galaxy.
Yeah, it was
Uh-huh.
a book series too.
Wow.
Yep. And the story is they're gonna the Galactic Empire is building a super highway through the universe, and Earth is in the way. And they've been all of these contacts that they've been trying to do. They've been trying to send the people of Earth a message like, "Hey, we're gonna build this galactic highway. You can come and join us off planet before we come and destroy the place, or
Wow.
Right,
you could just stay here." So,
right,
because the governments, being the way they were, never
Mm-hmm.
got the message,
Wow.
the beings come to Earth to destroy the Earth. So all the dolphins are like, "Wait a second, we're all Star Child. We've been hanging out on Earth for all this time. Thanks for all the fish. We're out of here." And all the dolphins just take up out of the water and head up into space.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Wow.
It's a funny
that's pretty
movie. It's a
cool.
comedy movie.
Yeah,
But I
you
I
feel like
know,
it's
like
a
those ones.
metaphor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like for what
it
we're
is.
talking about.
There are so many metaphors in the movie. You guys would like it.
It
Wow, I know
sounds
I
cute.
would. Yeah. Dolphins, like ever since then, that's why I draw dolphins. Like on my Instagram, I have a dolphin picture. Like everything that I
hmm.
draw represents a spiritual experience, if that makes sense to
Yeah.
you guys.
So it does Absolutely. I mean, that's how you're connected with your drawings or paintings. They're an extension of your spiritual and your cosmic feelings and experiences.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing.
I had my two granddaughters. They had we had them go to the I can't remember the name of the place, but where they had interactions with the dolphins and stuff, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Discovery Cove.
Something, can't remember what it was called. It might have
Yeah.
been, but
When we were in
you could.
Hawaii, we went swimming with a group of people, but we had if the dolphins came near us, we were told not to, interact with them, which because they
Oh
were
no.
endangered. But we saw dolphins, but they weren't near us. But there were sea turtles coming up to the surface, and
Oh, I love
it was
turtles.
pretty cool to see
Mhm.
that dynamic. When you're talking about,
Yeah.
I'm Heather. Good to see you. Sending love back
Commander,
to you as well.
I got a really weird segue to come up to tell you about. I was talking with some of the other spiritual leaders of TikTok, and we were talking about doing a spiritual getaway, maybe to Hawaii, a 4-day spiritual journey, a gathering. So instead of doing a TikTok meditation worldwide, we would do a 4-day session, a spiritual journey growth, and in Hawaii. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
And
Right
we could
now,
plan.
I think that's great if we can get the funding to get there. I would be totally for it.
We're going
I
to
think that's a great
crowdsource
idea.
it. We're
I'm
going to
Yeah,
in.
what?
crowdsource it. Well,
I'm
we're going to
in. I'm
crowdsource it,
in.
take
I'm in.
deposits, and we don't worry about the logistics, Commander. I just want to know if you're in.
I let
I'm
me
in.
let me say
You wouldn't
this.
even have to pay for
Let
it.
me say this.
manifest
I
it.
would be in as long as I can bring my family. I'm in.
Yes,
Yeah,
don't worry about it. You're going to be the
Commander,
paid
you can
celebrity of
go
but
the
to
event.
Hawaii and then hop over to Joshua Tree.
yeah.
That's where I'm now. This is the thing. Joshua Tree is where this is really important. They, the Joshua Tree area, I'm supposed to, with my family, be there. They're supposed to land. They keep telling me I have to be in the desert of Joshua Tree. That is where they're going to land a ship.
And we'll do it in
I
Joshua
can't get
Tree.
away from this thing. It's like
Maybe
they keep
that's where
telling me,
we should
Commander.
go, James. We should do that,
Let's do it in.
California.
Yeah, well, the location is just semantics. But
Yeah,
I
Absolutely.
said Hawaii because he said Hawaii. But
Well, Hawaii is,
we could do it. We could do a
but Joshua
spiritual
Tree,
retreat anywhere,
yeah.
Joshua Tree
and
is where it's
Joshua Tree
supposed to
would be
happen.
way better.
Yeah,
Let's do
And
it.
Joshua Tree.
We
Hawaii
can go
is
do some
really
ayahuasca in the desert.
Yeah,
Hawaii is really in despair right now. You know what I mean? It's really,
yeah.
Yeah.
they're all having a really, really hard time still over there. My heart goes out to those people still. I mean, it's horrific, and they're
Oh
still
yeah.
having such a hard time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bad.
it's a
You know,
lot for
Rachel, I'm from
people.
Hawaii originally.
I
It's a
know. I
lot of
heard you say
people.
that before.
Thank you, Betty.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
rough.
It's rough. It's a rough one. That's why we have to get
Make
together
me
and pray for
don't make me
people.
go down that rabbit hole because that's all political for me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough,
Yeah, we
man.
go political. I get
We
all
stay away
dark.
from
I
all
don't
the
want to
earth
go
based
there.
stuff. Yeah, but
No, don't
Joshua
go
Tree
there.
is where many of the contactees went back in the '60s. They went to Giant Rock, which is near Joshua Tree, and that's where I've been told. They say Kadar Manka tells me, Commander, Joshua Tree. I said, okay, why? Well, I was asking a while ago. That's where we're going to land a
It
ship
was
to
for
make
sure.
contact
Mhm.
in the desert.
That's wild.
Yep.
Rabbit, did you happen to get that watch that video I sent you?
Which one?
I just sent it to you tonight. It's pretty funny. It's like a Saturday night skit. You're gonna laugh.
No, no, I didn't see it, but I will check it out.
Yeah, it's a good laugh.
I want to tell you
Hey,
a
so
folks in
Commander,
space story. I might not
Okay,
have
go
told
ahead.
this story, but this was one of my other stories from the 70s, 77, 78 in Vermont. It was a night when there was something going on. There were things in the sky being seen. And then a friend of mine, another student, and myself were looking to the north side of the campus, where we're on the north side of the campus, and cooking dorms were outside. There's dorms on one side of the hill and the other side, about 3 or 4 cooking dorms. And we're looking to the north beyond the tree area, and we see an orange, I'd say, oh, that must be a helicopter hovering to the north of us there, not far, maybe less than a mile down the road
Yeah.
from the campus. So we keep looking at it, and then I say, wait a minute, how come it's glowing red? It's not a helicopter, and I keep looking at it, and finally I realize we're looking at a hovering spaceship, or what you would call a UFO, right about less than a half a mile or a mile from the campus. It's hovering above the tree line. It's real low, and talk about eliminating toxins. Yeah, we can get into that, Shaman, in a moment. But I saw this spaceship, which now I realize was a spaceship. And that same week, we had multiple sightings in the sky, and the Plattsburgh Air Force Base said it was a B-52 bomber that they were testing. Now, if you're going to tell a lie, again, understand I'm a college student,
Be
and we're on the
good.
radio station, and we go on the radio station, this other guy and I who were seeing these things, and people on the campus were seeing these lights in the sky, and we're seeing multiple lights. We had witnesses all over the campus, students that were seeing this, but the red craft to the north of us, that thing was going slow, and then it stopped, hovering. Like, we were going to go over there and check it out. Now, at the time, this woman and myself said, oh, let's go and check that out. But then I started getting nervous, and I'm not normally one to get that way. I said, well, maybe we should not go there. We never went there. I don't know what would have happened if we would have been beamed up on a ship, what would have happened. But we never went, but we did watch it. It was there for about 10, 15 minutes hovering, and then it disappeared.
Oh.
It was pretty wild. That was around 77, 78.
Commander, you're telling the story about the UFO, and I'm picturing you back in 1978, seeing this UFO with your big afro, and I'm like, Commander is the opposite Howard Stern. He is the Howard Stern of spiritual radio and spiritual media.
All right. Now let me see. Can I do a Howard Stern voice? No, I can't even do a Howard
You're
Stern
so much
voice.
better than Howard Stern. I can't even put it in perspective
Hey
right
now, this
now.
is Howard Stern coming to you with
And my
Commander
co-host, James,
Aleon.
he's not even Baba Booey. I remember that. He had a sidekick, Baba
Yeah,
Booey or
Baba
something?
Booey.
Yeah.
And Grace is
Thank you.
Robin.
Oh, better go for her.
It's just one of those things. The sighting, I never
Hey,
forgot that one either.
you got that gift from Daily Vibe with My Soul Tribe, and I tagged Daily Vibe with My Soul Tribe in one of the videos that I made.
Oh, speaking of
I follow
videos,
Daily Vibe.
this is really important. This afternoon, TikTok has the ability where you can create an event, like an actual event, and put a date on it. I did that late this afternoon with the latest video for November 12th. That event is listed on TikTok. Now, I don't know if TikTok puts it over a TikToker, not to be like, whatever, a TikToker. Sometimes you see things going over your screen about something. I wonder if they promote that, like some
Well,
sort
make
of.
sure you all are sharing the video, and just wait until tomorrow. The
Hey, thank you,
video
sir.
is going to blow your mind. Commander gave me some suggestions
Oh
on
yeah, I did.
what he wants the next video to have in it, and I think he is going to be just blown away.
I don't know. I'm going to be blown away. And when I talked to James earlier on the phone, we were brainstorming for the next video for November 12th. This video is going to be so powerful. You think this current video with the pyramids is powerful? Wait till this video happens, folks. We are going to blow people's minds away with the video promotion of November 12th. Well, this is, as professional as it can be, and it's going to be as good as any promotion for a new movie in Hollywood. When you see this video,
Oh
you're going to
man, guys, it's
be
gonna be so good.
They
I can't
were
even explain
excellent,
it.
James. They were
No,
excellent.
those videos that were posted today were just test videos.
right.
Just
Just the
wait till
beginning.
these real videos come out.
Wow.
Yeah, wait till the
I'm gonna
next
have
video.
to see them.
It's gonna be you're
Yeah,
gonna
looking
feel
forward
like you're
to it.
getting ready to go see the next big James Cameron movie at the theater.
Right.
I say James
You
Bond.
know,
I'm just kidding.
when you
Yeah.
see this next video he's going to create, it's going to send us right to Hollywood. We're going to be in a new motion picture movie that we have no idea we know what it's going to be about. It's going to be a movie regarding our show Encounters, and it's going to be
And
talking about actually
Mr. B is gonna
what we
write the
did
script.
on November 12th. There are going to be some very heavy hitters in Hollywood playing the part of us. But we've been invited to play the part of us, and we're going to do that on November the
Whoa,
12th
thank
at 10
you.
a.m.
Well, we already got the book. We got the
We
book.
got the
So
book.
now we got to get
That's
to,
right. Mr. B got the book. He's going to be making that into a movie based on us. All this stuff is coming together now,
So listen
That's
to,
what,
I got to read you an article, Commander. So I found this article, which I think is kind of comical, and I think that they should probably hire us because it says this just came out like 12 hours ago from the Independent, and it says that the
yeah.
Pentagon is flooded with hundreds of UFO sightings. Some reports of unidentified objects may be the result of American adversaries saying to spy on the U.S., Sean Kirkpatrick warned. So, they're trying to like, divert. Hundreds of
Oh, yeah.
UFO.
The Department of Defense is trying to divert.
Yeah,
The
it's,
problem is they created a website for UFO reporting, and they put themselves basically in a corner
But
of
there's no
in a
reporting
bathroom.
going on. Typical
And
government.
if you go to their website, this is really interesting. You go to the DoD website, and they say coming soon is going to be a link for people in the Air Force and other agencies with the DoD and whatever to come forward and share their reports. Yet they haven't even had it set up. And how long does it take to set up a site for the people in the different areas of the DoD, whether in the military, Air Force, whatever, who want to bring their stories to the DoD for publication? They can't do it because they haven't set it up yet.
no, and
It's almost like
they're flooded with, reports. They don't know what to do with them.
all they have to do
They
is
need
release
to
the
bring them
reports and
here to
show
the
them.
show and share them with
Here's the
us.
thing. We could process through those pretty quickly.
Right?
I
I'm
think we
sure.
could
Hey,
do
you know, hey, I wanted to bring something up. Shaman Storm said she noticed if she starts talking to stars, they will twinkle different colors.
Mhm.
Now, I have the same experiences. I'll
Mhm.
go do my grounding, and
Yeah,
I'll see a star and it'll look normal. And then I'll just start ruminating in thankfulness and ruminating and talking to the universe. And when I'm looking at the star and I'm like, when I make eye contact, pretty much,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
things start do, and it's not a
Yep.
satellite, they're stars.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
James,
I
I
just
think
always
that,
wonder.
yeah. Go ahead, James.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I
And
had
what
a similar experience to that. And I'm wondering how many people, if everyone in the chat listening, do you have the same experience? Mention it in
how
the
about
chat
you?
if you do.
Yep,
Me
I
too.
We
do.
got two
That's the
Rachels.
I
first thing
Oh
do.
I
shit,
said when
I
I
forgot
came into
Susan.
this live
Excuse me.
I
before you
was
guys showed up.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just doing
Trisha
it
R says
tonight,
yes.
probably
Yeah,
about a half an hour ago.
Susan
I
does.
stepped outside and there was I seen one in the sky that was where is it? Is it there? Let me see.
And the colors, right, James? The colors is so cool.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen
what I
some over
mean.
the
It's a
decades.
lot more vibrant and like shiny.
Mhm.
And but here's what's really gonna blow your mind if you really think about it. When you're looking and you're randomly going outside and you're looking at a star and it starts blinking at you, that light actually has traveled for years and years and years. So
Yeah.
really, that blinking and that recognition of you is coming from the past.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
That's a great observation. I love that concept. And listen, I love talking about
Wow.
all these different
They're covered up.
perceptions. Yep. Who's that?
Rachel,
What?
she's outside. Me and Rachel are both looking at the same star right above
Oh,
our
yeah.
heads.
And
That's bright
I
as
was going to
hell.
say Florida is such a great spot for visibility, because everything's on a flat plane. And I think like places out west too are fabulous for visibility. Like here in Connecticut, we have to really get out by the water to kind of
Yeah, and the
experience the
thing
flat.
is, we
Hmm.
have the water here. We also have the Bridgewater Triangle to the eastern part, southeastern part of New England and Massachusetts. And in Florida, you have the Bermuda Triangle, which goes over
Yes.
Miami and that area, into a little bit of North Carolina. So,
Actually, the Bermuda Triangle is where Rachel is more active in the Bermuda Triangle than Miami.
yeah,
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
yeah,
the Daytona, St. Augustine, that whole area,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that they get a lot of phenomenon going on there. Not just ET phenomenon, but
Yeah.
yeah.
other stuff.
Well, when I'm
And
in
well,
Naples, James, when I'm in Naples and swimming in the Gulf over there, I
Julie.
can feel and experience the underground phenomenon.
Phenomenon. No, 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 no.
Under the
Phenomenon. No,
water.
no, no.
Phenomena.
well, there you
Phenomenon. I
go.
heard
I
that.
heard
Phenomenon.
it
Yeah.
No,
too.
no, no,
Well, you
no.
know what? Did you ever hear of
Phenomenon,
the Gulf Breeze
underground.
incident? The Gulf Breeze in
Yeah, the
Gulf
Yeah,
Breeze,
Gulf
Florida.
Breeze.
of
Oh yeah.
Mexico. It's
You
so
remember the person that?
powerful.
Well, there's some. Remember the guy who saw all these spaceships or unidentified craft that looked really weird, and they come down. They were like coming down to the actual ground level. If you read the Gulf Breeze story,
Okay.
I don't remember the gentleman's name, but it's a historic book. There's a lot of activity in the Gulf Breeze. There still is. I think there's
Well,
definitely.
Commander, that's where I began my journey with the CE5 when I was in Naples living, and I started, floating in the Gulf of Mexico, and I was
Yeah.
talking to the Star family, and I can sense their presence in the water, and
Mm.
I just asked for healing. I started asking for healing at that point. And that's how I ended up, and of course I told my story about that here on the show
Yeah.
with our CE5 encounter and my healing from the autoimmune disease. I feel that, and now what I'm doing is I'm working on like a list. I have a list of things that I will now continue down that list and just
Yeah.
keep, working on healing. Like I want to strengthen my eyes. I wear glasses. I never wore glasses. Now I wear glasses and I want to improve
Hmm.
my eyesight, my vision. So these are all things we can ask for, assistance with. And, that I'm a believer of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I float in the water and in the Gulf of Mexico and pretty much a couple times a week, like 4 times a week. And it's just first of all, number one, it's fabulous for meditation and
Yes, it
connection.
Yeah.
is.
And then, of course, the salt purifies, the body.
Oh, I love the
And oh
salt in the
yeah,
water. Yeah.
yeah, I use castor oil, Shaman Storm. I use it. I've been using castor oil for a while, and I'm actually a plegan. I don't eat red meat or any meat at all.
Yep, me too.
I got into doing that years ago because of
Wait. What did you? What
I'll
was
be
the
right
name
back.
of that? Did you
plegan.
say plegan?
Plegan.
What is that?
It's all plant based.
Oh, that makes sense because that's how
So
I. It's so funny you
can you
say
eat
that because
egg?
I was
But you
talking
eat
about that
eggs.
earlier.
No, I don't eat any eggs. I don't eat dairy at
No.
all.
Right?
So it's not like vegan or vegetarian.
I guess you could consider it to be vegan and vegetarian, but I guess there's levels of, there's different people that will eat cheese and meats and that are vegan.
Will you
I,
eat cheese?
I don't eat any cheese, no dairy at all.
Oh man, yeah, you're
Yeah,
doing
me
you're doing
too.
the God's work out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it started because my body couldn't tolerate it, and
Me neither. Yep.
I actually had a woman who I met years ago. She was like a Asian spiritual leader, and she started to talk a little bit about in her sessions, and I would listen to her, and she'd speak about how, the vibration of the animal when they were being killed stays inside the meat. And it affected me, it really affected me. And I kind of experimented with just doing away with, any kind of red meat in my diet. But
Yeah.
then I started to
Wait a second,
experiment.
Commander, are you eating something?
What, you see this? See this? Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
What
Is that
is
a
I'll eat
bun?
it.
Is that a chocolate?
Is that a plum? That looks like a plum. It's gone.
What
It's
is this?
gone
What
now.
is this? David Blaine hour over here? We got
No,
David
let me
Copperfield.
let me do it again. You probably didn't see anything, but here it is again. Right? You see it, right?
It looks like trying to figure
Okay,
out what
hold on. I'm
that
gonna
is.
put it in my mouth. Hold on
Is
a
that a
minute.
prune?
Is that a fig?
If it is, he's gonna shard himself.
Commander, when you're in the streets of the city and there's that guy doing the thing with the cars, he's like, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
David
Commander
Blaine.
would never fool anybody with that one.
David Blaine. Somebody said David Blaine in the
That's
I saw
David
comments.
that, David Blaine.
Blaine.
Where's
David
the
Wait a
tin
minute.
Blaine.
cup? I'll put
Hold
some
on a
money in
second.
it.
Let me do
I
something. Hold on a
love
minute.
it.
Chris
I love
Angel
it.
of the
Yeah.
Star
Okay.
Command.
Thank you for making me laugh. But to be honest
I
with
took
you,
it out of
I
my mouth. Here it is.
swear it is like the
Oh, coming
fountain
out
of
was
youth.
better.
I think it's
It's like the fountain of youth.
You know, the commander is very magical.
What is that? Are we supposed to
I'll
guess
never tell.
that? Are we
I'll
supposed
show
to
it to you again. And actually, I want to see if anybody feels any energy from it. So,
It's an
I
hold
Oh
on.
feel
my
like it's a
asteroid.
God. Is
like a
that a
You already
no,
ruined
T-Rex
it
a
for us,
earring?
Commander.
plums. Wait.
When we see it,
Well,
we're seeing food. You
I
already
think
ruined
that's
it
an
for us.
Apache tear, or that's some
okay,
kind
here it
of a
is. I can't hold it in
stone.
my
Oh
mouth
gosh,
anymore.
this guy.
Stop.
I know what that is.
I'll tell you what it is.
Look at him. Whatever he's eating, he
I
got the
know what that
giggles.
is. What is that? It's some kind of
That is
volcanic
a tektite. This is a
peptide.
like a This is like moldavite. I'm gonna shoot some energy to people with this thing right
Never
now.
heard of that.
Oh,
Yep,
shoot
tektite.
him. Just
I'm
go.
gonna shoot some energy here.
Shoot the
with it,
energy, make it feel
Give
like
me
a
some.
chocolate factory coming right at
Close
with
you.
your
it,
eyes for a
with it,
minute.
spit
I get
on it.
everybody all loopy and happy here. So let's just get it
Wipe
going here.
that
So
thing
I'm gonna go
off.
like this. A galactic rock coming to Earth,
Oh,
being beamed
Mr.
down from the
Bell.
spaceship. Oh, the people, we don't want to hurt those guys. But there it is, right there.
Look,
Can
it
you feel
landed
it?
on that
Oh,
little dude that's in the light of the.
yeah, look at the little guy standing there under the UFO.
Yeah, he just got hit by the rock.
Yeah, you look like the rock is coming right down on him.
But that is, speaking of which, while I'm at it, I'm going to pull out my latest. This is a green apotholite. Check this out.
I love that. Huh.
It's green.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay, I see it.
They're
Yep.
so pretty.
Oh, I hope you guys are ready for November 12th. Commander's going to
Oh,
have
yeah.
us in his meditation room.
Where
And
the
he's going
crystals
to
are.
He's gonna arrange. He's gonna arrange some crystals around him.
Speaking seriously, when I'm in the meditation room, when I call it the space room, that is where all the crystals are set up. That's where the salt lamps that are pyramids are set up. Everything is set up according to the way the command told me to set it up. I set every crystal up according to the way the command. All these crystals that I've had for 20 years that have accumulated, they're all very high amped up ET crystals. So part of when we do the thing on the 12th, I'll be using some crystals. We're going to do some a toning of U, the word HU. U is like Om. So when we do that, we're going to actually be so amped up with the energy
Oh.
that the U is going to vibrate throughout the whole Middle East. And it's going to, people say, well, how are you going to do that? Now, you've seen us in action here at time to time during many of my lives where I've used the palm of my hand to actually heal people. And I'm just a conduit. So we're going to also bring in the Christ on the 12th. No one knew this, but I'm going to have the Christ come in and send energy over to the Middle East with the palm of my hands. And that's going to be a first for me because I've never done that before. But I've been told that I can do this and that we all can learn to do the palm of our hand and face it, face our energy through the palm, all the energy. If you're fully awakened, you'll be able to do this. We're going to be able to send the energy directly to the affected areas of that part of the world. And we're going to blast in a new energy of light frequency into that parameter where all the people are, where all the conflict
Oh.
is. And we're going to diffuse the conflict of the energy of the mental energy as well as the landmass. So it's going to be very, very important what we're doing.
There's
Beautiful.
And
gonna be a
I'm
huge
just,
shift, guys.
yeah,
Right before November 12th, there's gonna be a huge resonance shift.
yeah.
So just know that there's gonna be a lot of energy in the air, and we're gonna ride it like a wave.
And
Mm.
everybody should drink. If you have water that morning, everybody drink some water, or the night before, drink the water. You want to drink the water before you go to sleep. You're going to clear all the stuff out of your body with the water, and then you'll be prepared for the 12th of
Yeah, that's
November.
why I said everybody should cleanse for a few days
Yeah,
beforehand.
that's a
Can I
good
ask a
Yeah.
idea.
question?
Really
Um,
receive the blessings of the universe.
Can
I'm
I
Yeah.
gonna
ask a
let you
question?
guys go. I'm gonna take and hop
Thank,
down. And
oh,
thank you
thank
for
you.
having me up. It's getting kind
Love
of
Hey,
late.
seeing
So
yes,
you.
Rachel, always. If you
Rachel,
yes,
get
and
taken
thank you
aboard a
and
guys.
spaceship,
listen,
Rachel, let us know.
we're gonna be.
Okay,
I'm gonna be making a special appearance with you guys. I hope that you guys join us on November 12th.
that would be
Right.
awesome. That would really be
It's
amazing.
gonna be.
Yeah.
We're gonna have all the greatest light workers together in one place. Everybody, after Commander does his meditation, we're gonna have a forum for all the light workers,
Right.
wisdom keepers. Wisdom keepers is gonna come on. Grace is gonna come on. Anouk is gonna come on. It's
Oh,
gonna be a great show.
well, send me
Yeah,
an
we're
invite for
gonna get a little bit
sure.
nukey. Yeah,
Me too.
a nukey.
Okay, love and light, guys.
Love
Good
and
Rachel,
light.
night.
love and light to you. Welcome. Thanks for being on Encounters. This is the late night talk show. We've been having a little bit of a set. Well, we have a lot of a love here. So, you might have not seen too many encounter stories tonight, but, it's sometimes the way it is. And it's just a beautiful show just the way it is. So, we're glad everybody is here on Encounters. And it's good to have all the new people coming in. And it's now time. We can't say it enough to be repetitious, but it is time for this to happen. And this thing we're doing on TikTok, I've been promoting it on Facebook to my groups, on my Astro groups.
Oh, and
I've
we're
been
gonna
promoting it
be
on YouTube tonight. The new video that James is in production of doing you think the one with the pyramid was beautiful, which I do. This next video for November 12th is gonna blow the whole world.
And
Unbelievable.
Commander doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. He just knows
I
what
don't
he
know.
told me. But
Can
Right.
you boot
I
me
gave
artistically,
out?
him
he has no idea.
I gave
Because
him
I
what the
can't.
command asked me to give him, and he is going to go with it and roll with it. So I have no
Son
idea
of
what
a
it's going to
gun.
look like.
Yeah, and guys, work on not only,
My God, it doesn't want to let me go.
purifying
You
your
got to go?
diet and your foods, but work on energetic protection, like surrounding your auric field, with the Christ of light.
Okay, I will. I'll get Rachel off of here. Rachel, don't worry about it. Let me
Okay,
do
thank
that.
you.
You're welcome.
Good
Blessings
night,
to you.
Rachel.
I'm stuck. It doesn't want to let me go.
Who else wants to go?
Me. It was. I
Rachel,
Oh,
don't think
you
she
got the
want.
oh,
It
Rachel.
was me. I
Okay.
don't think she wanted to go.
Oh, I got
you
the
got
wrong
the
person
wrong group.
going.
Oops.
Uh-oh. If you wanted to
That's
come back,
all
come back.
right.
Uh-oh,
Rachel's just
there's
hang.
my
We're all
daughter.
just hanging out.
Hi, my girl. My daughter's on the chat.
Oh,
Is
your
your
daughter's.
daughter ready for November 12th? Did she understand that on November 12th, light workers from around the
Sorry, I had to
world
laugh at that.
are
I'm
going to
sorry.
gather
Okay, I'm back.
and we are going to manifest healings, not just to the people in the Middle East, but to the people around the world. People are
Right.
going to feel amazing things and they're going to
Hey,
happen.
Illinois.
Yeah,
Shell Whisper
absolutely.
Walker. Hello.
Hello,
Uh,
Chris.
Hi, Chris.
hey, Chris.
How you guys doing?
Okay.
We are amped up. We are so amped up for the 12th of next month. We are like, you can't get any more amped. Well, you can get more amped up, but we are going to be amping up every single 24 hours a day, every minute, every second. How you doing?
Yeah.
Good. Are you guys going to do it? Is it going to be a live event? Are you going to do it like on a TikTok live event? Is that how it's going
No,
to be
we're actually,
Yes.
presented?
what we're going to do, Chris, is we're planning to make sure everybody hides in their living room quietly by themselves. And it's going to be in the most amazing quiet event you've ever seen. No, I'm just kidding you. We're going to be doing a live and TikTok.
Bring everybody
Yeah,
together,
we're
though.
gonna.
That's what we need to do. We need to
Everybody's
bring
coming
love
together.
together and kind of like we're going to fight the puff marshmallow man and the Ghostbusters. We all got to come together
Listen, if
and
you've
be
That's so
got a
happy.
funny you
group
said
of
that to me.
Yeah,
friends,
we're
if
Yeah.
going to,
you've got a group of friends, come together. Have them to
yeah,
your house. Put out some charcuterie boards
yeah,
and get ready for a great meditation, a great message. I'm really gonna try to prepare a great message for everybody.
yeah,
And like I said, Commander's going to be doing a meditation. He's gonna do some crystal work,
I'm also
and
going to
we
bring
are
in Kadar
going,
Manka.
and we're gonna have Kadar Manka, the Ashtar Command. We might even have somebody live that gets to see and encounter wherever
Yeah,
they are.
Nice,
yeah.
nice. I have some
So
stones
Chris,
that I
Well,
can
make
bring.
sure.
If you guys want to have me on, I can. I have a special stone that I believe was the Timothy stone of Jesus that I found.
wow.
Well,
Yeah, I
so
mean,
what you
that's
can
definitely
do is
possible
put
too.
your camera. What you can do, Chris, is turn when we're doing the
Hey,
meditation,
Lily.
Yeah,
when Commander's facilitating the meditation, put the rock and everybody should turn their cameras on, and put their rocks in their field of vision, even if you're not
Yeah.
on the live. But Chris,
The other,
we usually have you on, so you can put your camera on
yeah.
on
I'll
yeah,
bring
the
some.
the
I'll
stones
set up the
themselves.
stones. I'll set up all the crystals and the stone in the
yeah,
middle, and I'll sit in the middle with everybody. And you guys can do your thing, and I'll get because
Yeah.
the stone is in a special secure location now because I believe the value of the significance of it. Um,
yeah,
but it's a special stone. It's different than any stone I found. It's like a 7 inch by 7 inch stone. It has a snake with a staff, has another black snake. It has pyramids, has a horse with a Templar, has a little guy, other inscriptions, and then it has the little twisty things that are on the back of the dollar bill.
yeah. So, all those things come together. One of the things I want to just, breaking event news. Not only am I going to bring in Kadar Manka, I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to bring Kadar Manka in like no one on here. I've only think brought him in on my UFO show once. But you're going to hear when Kedar Manka comes directly into my body alignment, it's not a channeling. It's not even a possession. I never will be able to put it in earth-based words for anybody to understand. It will be a direct alignment. Kedar Manka will come through. I'm also going to bring Believe it or not, what you call Jesus Christ, I'm going to have the Christ come in at one point during the meditation to use the palm of my hands to send a beam of light to that area to heal. And you're going to feel the energy of not only Kedarmanka, but of the Christ working through me. I've told you the stories, what's happened as a conduit. I'm just a conduit. I absolutely take no credit for anything that way, but I guarantee you it's going to be the most powerful Sunday morning you've ever experienced. We're going to have Ed from the Star Nation with us. There's a few people. We're going to have my friend Dan from who's on in the mornings, during the day, in the mornings. I say hello to him. He has agreed to come and join us. He's a great spiritual worker on the West Coast. We have a number of different people that are going to have their cameras on Saturday morning. I mean, on the 12th. And it's going to be a really very important event. We've been very lighthearted because we've been having all this energy in the room tonight, but we are all serious about what we're doing on the 12th. It's just with the people that have died, men, women, and children, people that weren't even involved in killing anybody or fighting anybody. And even in the Gaza, the tens of thousands of people that were going about their lives, and this small group of people that decided to go bonkers and kill people in a kibbutz at a concert where people were dancing. And then at the same token, the other part of it is the military response from Israel that now has evacuated over 2 million people from Gaza who had nothing, most of them had nothing to do with the violence. So we're going to bring it together to let people realize that we live on one planet. It's called the planet Earth. We are Earthians. We're not Jewish people. We're not Palestinian people. We're not American people. We're not Russian people. We're not Chinese people. We're not Indian
humanity.
people. We're humanity. We're humanity. We're humanity. We're
We
humanity.
With a big
are
H.
one.
Exactly. Right, exactly.
We are one. And the people, the everyday, normal people that walk this earth, us us regular humans are tired of these elite, negative, devil worshipping leaders making decisions for us that are against our will.
But for them,
And we are
always for
going
them.
to shine love and light, and we are going to expose the lies. And the Ashtar Command is going to come down, land into the White House, suck off Joe Biden's reptilian mask face, and reveal it all that we've been scammed this whole time.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm Johnny Carson, and that was my co-host.
Nyah, 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 nyah.
Commander, I
But
want to ask you a
Philly,
question.
yeah, go ahead.
You're from the Connecticut area, and that's where the original settler came that purchased the land from the American Indians here, from Connecticut.
Well, do you know
Right?
that Connecticut is also we have in a place called Middlefield, Connecticut, Chris. We have an area that's a park. It's a small park near the apple orchards where we go up there and do our sky watch. There's old dinosaur imprints in the rocks. There were dinosaurs. There's the landmass of Connecticut, the word Connecticut. If you look at the historical aspects during the Ice Age and everything with the earth parts separating and coming together, there's a lot of ancient stones in Connecticut and structures. There's actually like a little Stonehenge in Connecticut. I forgot where it is on the coast in Groton. There's an area where there's some ancient cave areas in Connecticut. There's some really weird stuff that happens there. I've not been there, but I won't go there because I've heard some really weird things happen.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
because
staying away from that.
Gunnywomp. That's Gunnywomp in Connecticut. That's in Groton, Commander.
Yeah, I think that's where it is.
And there's the Mohegan and the Pequot tribe, and they had the Great War in the
Yeah,
1600s.
yeah.
And the Mohegan tribe practically wiped out. Who's yawning?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
you
okay,
better
Rachel.
mute
You're
your
just
mic.
meditating. You
You
take
better
a
make
deep
me
breath.
fall asleep.
Let us go. Take a deep breath.
Night
Breathe in.
night.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. That's all
You're
right.
Grace,
good.
what
You're
was the
good.
name of Grace? What was the name of that war again? That was in the 1600s there, because I've been
It
trying
was
to learn about all the history.
it was the war between the Mashantucket Pequots and the Mohegan tribe.
Okay.
They
So-
the entire Mystic River was their region, and Uncasville and Groton and Mystic.
Okay, yeah, because
Yeah.
the ones that came here, the settlers that came from Connecticut was John Rogers with the Rogerines. It was a Christian group. In the
Chris, I actually,
1600s,
uh-huh.
in the 1600s, he was persecuted and put in prison for 4 years because they caught him baptizing someone.
Oh, I
Oh,
believe
wow.
that. I believe that. So, Chris, there's a museum that the Meshtaka Pequots own. They have a lot of exhibits about the Ice Age, and a lot of there are many sites in Connecticut that are that you can visit by foot and experience all types of historical changes to our to our landscape. It's incredible. It's actually incredible, and I've visited like 25 sites just in Connecticut.
Wow,
Wow.
wow,
Wow.
nice, nice.
Yeah, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So there, I do have a friend who's an earth scientist. If you're interested and you want to speak with him about some of the stones.
Yeah, I mean, the Rock Art Museum in Canada accepted me, so my
Good.
artifacts are listed with the Rock Art Museum in Canada because I had to go all the way to Canada because
Wow.
they don't want this to be known in the United States, and I believe it might be connected to some other people, which
Well,
is pretty
you
high up.
definitely contact the Meshtaka Museum and see if you can communicate with them, because
Okay.
they do an entire exhibit on the Ice Age. And I think that's super important too, because so much happened. We even have like actual stone remnants of the moving of the ice, and how stones were moved
Yep.
by the
New
ice.
York
It's
City has it. New York
fabulous.
City, and in the park there's some boulders where you can still see the scratch marks from from the ice age coming down. But the thing is
Yes.
we have an ice age every 150,000 years.
I was just looking at that today because I grind rocks and make pigment.
Yes, yes.
And I was just studying that. I mean,
It's
people.
amazing. Yeah, like every 300,000 years. So like every 150, we're at an ice age, and then we go up to warm period and back down to an ice
Wow.
age, up to warm period.
Interesting.
And it happens over and over for millions of years. And it's
Hmm.
constant bringing minerals down to the lower areas because when the glaciers come, they bulldoze all the plants and
Yeah.
all the stuff, and it leaves the minerals there, and it breaks up the rocks from the mountains, and then it retreats, and then everything has its minerals to grow. And then by the time
Hey,
usually the
Chris.
next ice age comes, the plants are already depleted and they're ready for more nutrients again.
Wow.
Hey, Chris.
Very
Are you
interesting.
when you're out there now? Are you guys seeing any stuff in the skies over those areas?
Yeah.
I've been seeing the other night it was really amazing. There was this row of clouds that was up above the burial mounds across the top of this mountain. There's a mountaintop where there's a burial mounds that goes for a half to three quarters of a mile, mound after
Hmm.
mound of crystal
Wow.
artifacts. And I believe there's millions of people buried along this east facing slope, and there's all these entrances going in. But the other night there was these crazy clouds that were above, like on an like just going across the sky. One was like a J, and there was all these faces, and then the Roxbury Mall was shining its lights up, and the clouds were being illuminated above the burial grounds. Basically,
Wow.
it was really cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it
Do you
was really
think
nice. It
there,
was like, go ahead.
Chris, do you think I get the feeling in that area that there are some ET bodies that are embedded in
Oh,
those
nice.
burial areas?
I wouldn't doubt it. I believe the Giants are buried here. I think I
Guys,
found
put
where
me
the
on the
Giants,
screen. Put me on the
Giants,
screen. Put me on the screen. Put me on the screen.
the Giants'
What?
tombs are. I believe I might have found where the Giants' tombs are for the Giant
Yeah,
people.
if you find those, man, we
Can I
definitely
can I
want to
say
see
something
that.
about the Giants real
Sure.
quick?
Yeah.
Look, Commander,
Um,
put me on the big screen. Put me on the big
um,
Oh,
screen.
okay. I'm putting you on hold, man. What's going on here?
It's right there. It's right there. We have contact.
What
We
are you
have
talking about?
contact. You can see it right there. Look. See that dot?
What
Yeah.
is that, Don?
See it?
Can you walk closer?
It's
Are
just
you
hovering.
serious?
It's
there it goes.
moving
There it
so
goes. There it
slow.
goes. There it goes. There it goes. Yep.
It's
Are you
moving so
serious?
slow. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I think he's serious. Let's just see here.
Right there,
You
it
know, we're
goes
turning
down, it
around.
goes down, goes down, go
Look
down,
at behind
down,
the
down,
tree.
down, down,
There's
down, 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 down,
there's the
down,
light.
down,
Let's
down,
see if
down, down, down,
let's see
down,
if this
down,
thing
down,
moves.
down. Go down.
Could you get away? Could you go forward where the outside of the tree area is?
There
Can
it
you
is.
get
It goes
closer?
down. It goes down. It goes down. It goes down.
It was
It
bright.
Okay,
goes
so
down.
yeah, get more into a
Go
clear spot outside
down.
of from the trees
Oh
that
my
are
gosh, it's
blocking you.
shining. It's blinking. It's blinking.
It's going to go down.
It's
It's
going in and
going.
Down.
out. It's going in and out.
There it
Go
is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is,
not
down.
man. We
moving.
got
It's
it.
staying in one place, it looks
Go
like.
down.
No, no, no. It's moving. It's
No,
gone. Oh
no,
my gosh.
Yep, I
it is
know.
definitely real. We just had a sighting here on the show.
Look, 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 look,
There
look.
it is.
And now
Oh,
come back. Just a
Come
little.
back, come back. Everyone focus on this now, folks. Everyone meditate.
did
Focus
you
on the
guys see
ship.
that?
We invite you to come back. Show your light. Come back.
Oh, it's
Hi,
clouds. It's
UFO.
clouds.
God.
It's
The
clouds.
clouds took over.
Okay,
It's,
hold on. Wait. I'm gonna go right here because it'll
Wait.
it's coming this
where are
way.
you now, James? What part of it? Where are you? What part of the country are you in now?
Tampa.
Tampa. Okay.
Wow. I mean, I did see it. Is there overcast skies where you are,
Right there.
James?
Above. Look
Look,
above.
look, look,
There
look,
it
look,
is.
look,
Look
look, look,
above.
look, look,
Right
look.
there. Right
There it
there.
is.
Go
Oh
down, my
God.
darling. Go
Are
down.
those clouds or is that a tree?
No, it's clouds. Oh,
Right.
And you're sure
oh
that wasn't a star?
no. No, because it was just hovering. It wasn't moving at all.
Hi, sweetheart.
Let's see if it
Yeah.
comes back.
I didn't see any other stars in the sky with it. It was pretty bright what he was shining at.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that's what I'm saying. It was shining
let's
through the
It was
clouds.
it. It was it.
let's take a focus on where he is, everybody, and quietly ask them to come back. Let's focus on that area.
Let's see.
Come.
Let's get to a better. Let's get
Are
to.
you filming towards the ocean or towards land? Because I know Tampa's by the.
That was towards land. That direction. This
Okay.
direction is towards the ocean.
Okay.
Ocean, land. Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera off. If I see anything else,
Yeah, no, that was interesting.
Yes, it
guys,
is.
it was just
So,
floating there. It wasn't moving at all. And then all of a sudden, when we started taping, it started moving. And it was bright at first. It
I
started
know.
no, I
doing
did
a
see
little
it.
flash.
So it was
Well,
overcast skies, but this thing was coming out above from the clouds, right?
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? The sky was clear 15 minutes ago.
Really? That's kind of
Oh
weird.
yeah, when Rachel was on earlier, the other Rachel, and she was outside, I was standing outside too, and the sky was clear. I was looking straight up at the star that shoots west off of Orion's belt.
You know what?
Betelgeuse.
There's somebody else. You know, we have someone else in Tampa. We're going to bring him if he's able to come on.
UFO God.
UFO God is in Tampa.
Many faces in the chat.
And I want to mention real quick, Chris, I am really happy to see that you like grounded.
yeah, I'm grounding. I'm calming down, and my frequency was way too high. I just scaring everybody away. Just too
Yeah,
much talking.
I heard you the other night. You were talking in a live, somebody else's live. I don't remember who it was. And you were really poised and
Ooh,
calm,
you
and
gave me the
it was
chills seeing
really
that.
great.
Sorry.
It's really great.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning a lot. It's taken me a while to learn how to. I was always shy. I wouldn't talk to people, and now it was like now I talk to everybody, and I was okay. Now I got to calm it down and learn to talk to people the right way.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all.
you were excited, and you could feel it that you were excited, and that you're on a mission.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah.
mission. I believe because as a child I protected a burial mound, and I'm doing it again as an adult. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and I have a
Yeah.
friend
There
who
you go.
had a similar experience. One day we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Up here in Connecticut, very similar.
Yeah, the Connecticut is amazing.
And also,
Go ahead.
I just want to welcome. Romeo left. Okay. I want to welcome UFO God to the show. out of Tampa, Florida. Welcome, UFO God.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, good.
Hey,
And
Hey,
my,
UFO
my
how
God.
you
co-host,
doing, man?
Love you,
hey,
buddy.
my co-host is in Tampa too. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm pointing the phone at the sky, hoping that we could all get together and channel this thing back, maybe to my location.
yeah, it was pretty wild.
Yeah,
I'm in Hillsborough County right now. Um, I'm in
very
Hillsborough, if
cool.
you guys know where that's at.
Yeah, and UFO God, we're doing a major event November the 12th.
Come on, bud, let's go talk.
What is that dot though in your camera?
Oh,
Oh
that's
no,
just a reflection of the
that's his
camera.
reflection.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all that is, reflection.
Yeah, UFO guy. We're gonna be doing meditation, and we're gonna have contact with the Ashtar Command.
Oh, wow. Where at? What state?
Oh, it's gonna
Everywhere.
be live on TikTok.
Oh, okay, all right, sorry. I'm too
We're
busy
gonna do.
pointing my phone at the sky.
Yeah, if you want to go to Connecticut, you're welcome to go to Connecticut and sit in
Or
the
wherever you are.
meditation room. But we're gonna bring it to everybody. We're gonna bring energy straight from the cosmic universe.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Bring the Connecticut to me. How's that? I'll just watch it on the stream.
I'm willing to, Joshua
UFO
Tree,
God will tell
California.
you, Commander. He'll tell you. Just about 30 minutes ago, the sky was clear. Now it's all hazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
bet you
walk.
there are spaceships. I bet you there are spaceships in the clouds right now.
I really
They're
think
just not.
so.
Yeah, there probably are. I bet you they're there hiding.
Stop.
They are the
You
cloud.
know.
They're cloaking.
Indigo, welcome to the
Hey,
show, Indigo.
UFO God, I'm glad you're on
What's
here.
up?
Do you remember? Did you see my post about Midnight Stories?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, do you know who Midnight Stories is?
No.
Okay, and no offense to Commander, but he had probably the the highest rated, or, highest viewing UFO show late at night. I mean, he would have like 2,000 people in his live every night, and
2000.
and he would go on every night, and he was, same thing we're all trying to do: expose the government, expose
Yeah.
UFOs, and he hasn't done a damn post since September 12th.
Yeah, something must have happened.
So I
Yeah.
was wondering if
I
any
hope he's
other
okay.
creators knew him, because he was pretty
I,
prominent in the UFO community.
No.
when he earlier came
Wow.
on, I met him for the first time, and he knew about what I was doing. He said we should collaborate. I said I'm definitely without ego. Let's collaborate. But I haven't seen him for forever. Something must have happened.
Oh
Yeah.
God. I'm gonna have to tap
You
into
know,
that. So what was his name again?
Midnight Stories, and that's all we
it's
know.
called late night something or
Midnight Stories. He used to hold up a sign. Have you seen
midnight
UFOs?
stories.
Yeah.
Really?
Does he have a YouTube
That's
feed?
all he would do.
You know that guy?
He would hold the sign up,
Oh,
but
dude, I was thinking
Yeah,
about. Okay, put it like this. I was on my live today actually thinking what happened to him, and logically in my head.
Yes.
It's the guy that would hold up the signs. He would wear a ball cap, and I
yeah,
yeah,
believe
yeah.
he would always wear a shirt that had like a pyramid and an alien on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Midnight
Right.
Stories dude. Yeah,
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 that guy,
And
yeah,
he would go on live for hours.
yeah.
Hours.
yeah,
He kind
And
of looked
we
like he
haven't
could be
seen him.
mixed with like half white, half black, or Hispanic. I know who you're talking
Yeah.
Right,
about.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hispanic
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He's a really nice dude, bro.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
And
a.
and then
I
all
don't
of
know
a
what happened to
sudden,
him.
poof,
Maybe
gone.
he just.
I'm
I
gonna
think he
tell
also
you,
uses other. I think he has
Ken.
other social media apps that he uses too.
Now
No,
I don't
but
Yeah.
know, but listen.
he's been active a lot. When I first started my channel 4 months ago, I would see him almost every other 4 days.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'd be on
yeah.
a
He
lot.
was very active, and
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah. It's just odd, and I told him one
Me
time,
too,
because
kitty.
I invited him into this line. That's how he came
Yeah.
to be friends with us.
Uh oh.
And I told him, I said, listen. If you're gonna be getting so deep, you gotta make sure your spiritual guard is up, because
Right.
the powers that be, they can't touch you if you've got protection. But
Absolutely.
he wasn't on the spiritual side of things. It was
Yes.
just straight conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Yes. He was more of a conspiracy. Yeah, you're right. But
He was. Yeah.
he was a good guy. At the end of the day,
He was a
I'm
great
gonna
guy.
message
He was
him.
a great
I'm gonna
guy.
message him tonight and make sure he's okay. He knows who I am. I've been on his live before. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
message him and see what's going on, because we're
yeah,
worried about him. We're sending love to
Yeah.
him, and it's just
Yeah.
weird because
anything could
I
have
like to.
happened.
Yeah,
Actually,
I
yeah.
mean, maybe he had to get a second job for all we know. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. He could have a second job where he doesn't have the time to come on here.
He might. He
Yeah,
Actually,
might have been. He
true.
might be in Hollywood. Doing a movie right now. Who
Yeah,
knows?
you
Do you
never
guys
know
want to
what
see
could
something?
happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm out. You guys want to see something cool? You want to put me on the big screen? I'll show you
yeah,
something
yeah,
really
yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Let me switch over. Hold on a minute.
So while
I'm
you're
worried about him,
switching
man.
him,
Me
somebody
too.
said in the chat, has
What?
anyone felt a vibration in you lately, like a cell phone vibrating? And I have.
Yeah. Julie's saying, let's pray in our hearts. He is safe and just taking a break. And it could be he's taking a break, man. If he's been
That's
on that
sweet of
many
you
hours a
guys.
Wait,
day.
That's really
hold
nice of
on.
you guys to pray for him.
Do you guys see
Yeah.
what's
You
here?
gotta.
I want to show you
What
something.
is that?
Up to
This
the
is
right.
this is one of the 6 oak plank light posts that contain 4 oak planks in each post, in memory of the 6 people that died looking for Oak Island treasure and never found it. There's 6 of these in the Horseshoe neighborhood.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow.
Yep, 6 of them. And you know what's the
Huh?
weirdest thing? They have my initials of my parents stamped into each post.
What? That's
Yeah,
amazing.
JHB is my parents' initials, and every post they're stamped into every post.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm at the end
Hmm.
of where I am right now. I'm at the end of Shearman Road. It's named after William Tecumseh Sherman in memory of him. And at the end of this street is where the tunnels are in the ground. We're
Wow.
underneath the.
Oh,
We're
there are
going underneath the.
tunnels.
Yeah, there's Oak Island oak trees here. We're going to
Where's the
walk over to.
tunnels?
They're about 200 feet from me, 12 feet below the ground.
Can you walk into the tunnels at night?
No, they're closed off really well. The only
Gonna
way you can
have
get
him.
into them.
The cops called on him on a night show live. Man,
Yeah,
Chris, you better watch out. Walking
yeah.
Now,
out
Well,
Chris,
there all
if you're
crazy.
able to get in the tunnels, that would be encounters first.
yeah. Well, what they did here, I'm
We're gonna
standing in
see
front of.
some
You can't see it, but
paranormal activity.
they planted these black oak trees on the edge. Then you have the red oaks, and you have the red and the white oaks. They did 3 different types of oak trees here: black oaks, white oaks, and red oaks.
Sounds
The
like some
white
type of
oaks,
grounding.
the
What are
white
the
oaks.
what are those lights behind you? Houses or something?
No, that's down by Route 10. That is actually those lights is Route 10. That is the pyramid
Man,
on the
Chris, you
back of
better
the
not
dollar bill.
trip in them damn woods, cause I'll start laughing.
No, I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge here. But you guys are seeing, we're going to go underneath the 1825 oak trees here. They're
Oh,
I just
massive.
saw a
Even
new
though I
name
know
for a show.
it's just Chris walking through the woods. I'm just so down the
Hey,
rabbit
Chris,
hole that I get a creepy
I
vibe just
thought of a
watching
new
this
name
damn
for
video.
I thought of a
Yeah,
new name for your show, On the Edge of Reality.
it's crazy. Right now, I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge of the property, and I'm standing between 2 of the oak trees that parallel the tunnel system. They planted all these big
Yeah,
oak trees, all in a parallel line on each side of the tunnel system, and the headstone that's a block away has two big oak trees with a box, and nobody in the grave sites at the church.
well, I want to see those giants in the tombs. If you find those, I want to
The
see
cool,
that broadcast on the show here.
that's what I was gonna say. Okay, so when I was a girl, okay, I went into the White House. This is when Bill Clinton was president.
Yeah.
But there was a Smithsonian that I went to, and it had bones. I saw them
Mm.
of giants. Like these were not fake; they were actual bones, skulls. Huge. You know.
Yeah.
And I just remember standing there and just being locked into it. Like I couldn't remove myself from it. I just was so
Yeah.
fascinated by these massive human bones. And the skull alone was just enormous.
Yeah.
And,
Oh
you
wait,
know,
we got Indigo. We got Indigo too. We can't forget them before we end the show, Commander.
Hmm.
Oh, we're not going to forget them.
Sorry,
But
continue.
it's okay. But it was like, I don't know, about God, maybe 8 years ago. I saw the news that
Yeah.
about them being destroyed. I
Hmm.
don't know if you guys heard about that, like about
I wouldn't put
those
it past
actual
the
bones
government to
being
destroy.
destroyed.
And, do you know also that there are living giants? There have been videos. Now, some people say somebody's not, CGIing things, but when I look at videos, I can tell pretty clearly if it's CGI. There's a video that came out of a area village in Mexico on top of a mountain, shows a tall human that's bigger, a giant that's alive. I think the giants do exist. They're not, the skeleton remains are of those that died for whatever reason. I think there are places where the giants are hiding in the inner earth and they can come out and appear whenever they wish to. I mean, that's
Listen,
my
Right.
Commander,
theory on it. I
there
think
was
that's,
this old school Mexican wrestler. He was like 8 feet tall, and he looked like a dang Neanderthal.
Right. I've met people like that. Literally, like you can see, it's like all across their forehead, like the way their bone structure is.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I know what you're talking
Like
about.
they look like they're
They don't
gonna
live as
drag
long
you to
though.
their cave.
Yeah, they have
You
Yeah,
to
know.
it's
be
in their
mixed with.
bones.
They're mixed with the
Yeah.
Cedar Man for sure.
So I want to tell you guys, I found on the tomb wall. There's this big tomb on the side of a mountain, and where I did a live there, and I found initials that are modern day initials carved into the side of the tomb of a W and a B.
So what does that
I have no,
mean?
I have no idea
WB
what that
stands
means.
for Warner Brothers Studios, a Jewish filmmaking company that was formed
Okay.
in 1923.
Hmm.
And what is the
Are you
significance
sure
of
it's
that?
not William Barnes?
I don't know. There's a W and a B, and the only W and Bs that you can, because they had to trademarked and stuff. So it may be that Warner Brothers already made movies about what I discovered because, I've seen a lot of the movies, I believe, of the artifacts that I have here, with the people that made them.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Basically, like they already knew everything and they kept it a secret from us, but they made movies that tell you about, the lost city of Atlantis, the Planet of the Apes, all these different movies. It's like, how did they
Cocoon.
think of this all? I think they had
Yeah.
an insight into the past, and then they made movies about it, and then they left everything protected.
Yeah.
They didn't destroy any of the burials here, but they are going to destroy some of the burials if I don't get somebody here to help stop this.
Well, you should get some of the guys from Ancient Aliens to come to the thing and take a look around.
Yeah, it's amazing here. I mean, the burial mounds, when you walk up there, it's just so spiritual. And then you go up to the
Yeah.
crystal mine and you go up on top of the mountain. There's a giant turtle or dinosaur that's carved. And then there's a giant phoenix bird that's carved. Giant boulders on top of
Looks
boulders
like it
carved.
needs
Yeah.
that whole area needs an excavation. Like you need, researchers to come and test some of those,
Yeah.
dates.
I want to have testing done. But the problem is the state of New Jersey and everybody knew about my discovery in January, February, March. The Rutgers University in New Brunswick professors all knew about it. And they closed down the lab, so I can't have any testing done now.
Hmm.
Well, you should get in touch with the guys at Ancient Aliens. They probably have some lab guys they know that would do it in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Reach out to
Yeah,
those
I'll,
guys.
I'll reach out to try to find it. And then, like I said, we're up to the attorney general now because
Yeah.
I've gotten pushback from the police department. And I mean, I've got bones down inside of a tunnel system. When you see bones, you call the coroner's office. Hey, you found bones.
Yeah.
And they don't care
Dude,
about it.
we gotta get into
What?
that tunnel, man, and go in there and
They
see
don't
what is
care.
actually in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Oh.
amazing. It's 900 feet long and it should have rooms coming off of it too because it has a massive septic system for the underground tunnel system.
Yeah. You know what? We're
And
getting close to about 1:18 in the morning for those not on the East Coast. We've been on since like 11, a little bit after 11 a.m., 11 p.m. Really, and I want to thank Chris for being here, UFO God in Tampa, my good co-host James down Rabbit Hole, Grace, Indigo. We're going to have Indigo speak now. And Indigo, we're going to bring you on the big screen here. And what things would you like? Whoops. What things would you like to share cosmically on the show tonight?
Well, I mean, I would like people to try to understand and try to like take a look back at like the ancient ruins and like all the ancient artifacts, because there's a lot of stuff that's been being uncovered like every day.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely. You know,
yeah, it's like
and
pretty unbelievable.
yeah, it's amazing what's coming out. 30 years later, all this stuff is coming out into the surface. It's amazing what we're all learning together and individually, but we're all learning stuff together. And don't forget, everybody, November 12th, everybody be on at 10 a.m. We're going to go live and we're going to be doing a global meditation. It's not going to be an encounters broadcast. We're doing an Ashtar Command broadcast, which is going to be very different than this. And it's going to be the most amped up show on TikTok. We're
I
bringing
can't wait.
people in. I've been trying to go on some of the Middle Eastern TikToks. I got kicked off of one of them when I started talking about the galactic thing.
Yeah.
The moderator knocked me right off of the chat. It was kind of weird. But then, I kind of understand that's kind of stuff is going to happen like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There's a
want
lot of
to,
arguing. There's a
Commander,
lot
you're
of
gonna have
anger.
to work on your tact on that. You can't be walking into no Middle Eastern live and saying, "Hey, everybody, I'm CmdrAleon, and I'm from Mars, and I want to pray for you."
You Martian.
I,
That's why they kicked you out, because you're a Martian.
I, yeah, I don't know how to speak to humans sometimes, especially when they're fighting with each other.
Right. I understand.
I'm going
So,
to need some guidance here, people.
Commander, it's UFO God.
Yes.
I wanted to tell everybody something. I was literally thinking of something today, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it relates to extraterrestrials.
Yeah.
The reason why most people have UFO encounters, especially people like me, you, and other people in the room, I truly believe that they're visiting us because we're actually their creators. And I'm going to explain this to you. If UFOs are from the future and there is a being in the craft or a being actually sending the craft here, it may be saying, "Look at Grandpa." It may be our children's 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 children reaching back out to us because of the DNA code, and they recognize it.
Ancestors.
Ancestors, exactly. So just like we praise the ancestors that we had back then, they actually praise us. It's reverse. People
and
praise
they
UFOs
and
when they
they have
see
the
them.
technology to come see us.
And we're carrying on their
Exactly.
legacy.
Well, well,
These things are happening in reflection of them. And they're proud
absolutely,
of us for representing that.
Well,
absolutely.
Commander, we just had someone on the show last night who had an experience that was very
Oh,
similar.
God. Yeah.
I mean, we
An
had a
incredible
gentleman,
experience.
David,
Yeah.
who had an experience during a storm where he met with human star beings that were us
What's that
from,
buzzing?
it was incredible. I find it unbelievable that and at the same time perfect that you're talking about this.
And it's funny because like we praise these UFOs when we see them. We're like, "Come down here and help us." But
Right.
we know why there's a no contact policy. We know
Yeah.
why.
Yes, we
Because
do.
if there's interference, it destroys history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
And
doesn't
that's certainly one thing. I think
and the
there's
evolvement
multiple.
itself of human
Well,
culture. It gets
yeah,
destroyed.
I think there's
UFO
a
God.
multiple reality. I think there are
Yeah.
I was
beings
gonna
that.
say,
So
I
it's
was
our
gonna say
believe
that
it or not,
there's.
guys, this is what I think UFOs are. They're actually being controlled by something that is alive, something that is intelligent. And I truly believe that the connection between us and them is that they are our grandchildren.
Yeah.
And certainly
Well, you know what it
that's
is?
certainly one. There's so many possibilities. That's
That's the
endless. And
I
that,
possibility.
do believe that
Whether
I'm
it's a reptilian,
DNA.
whether it's a gray, whether it's an insectoid, whether it's a Nordic blonde, a Palladian, these are all connected to humans in all ways. We are all different species of different type of aliens. That's why Asians look like Asians, Indians look like Indians, Americans look like Americans. There's so many reasons why I believe that we are affiliated with them, and that's why they're visiting us. And the reason why we have no contact is to protect the developing culture from being too advanced and getting greedy and destroying the planet and causing other types of chaos.
but
Yeah,
you
I
gotta.
think
And
the
that could be
timelines are. Oh,
that
Commander, I
certainly
would
could
say I
be
think the
a,
timelines
yeah,
are they're moving all at the same time. So
right,
yes, I think he's right. I think there are beings from the future
right,
traveling back in observation, but I also believe that there are beings on our timeline
right.
that are moving interdimensionally throughout our universe and
They
our
are,
current
because I've
timeline.
seen
Right, and
portals. I've seen it.
multidimensionally too.
Yeah,
So you know what?
absolutely.
There's not just one. I think there's many different potential things going on. That's what UFO God said is absolutely true. The
Yep.
other thing is that we are star seeds, so we come from other planetary systems here. That's another thing that's very real. I mean, if you hear all the people with visitations about plasma beings, about light beings in the room, there's so many different levels of contact happening now. And actually, we are going to have mass contact with the space beings very shortly. That's why the DoD is going nuts, and that's why they're moving quickly, or
That's why
actually
the
they're moving
governments
very
are going nuts
slowly.
too.
They're going slowly on their UFO site with not releasing enough information. I have more videos on my page than they even show on their page, and I go there once a week to see if there's anything new. I see not a new thing in the world. You
Yeah,
know, look at some of the videos on my page. The one from South America, from Colombia on an airline flight, an actual flying saucer videotaped by a passenger, clear footage, not CGI. You know, why doesn't the DoD have that kind of footage? You
yeah.
know,
I
they
put up
got
the same.
stuff.
Yeah, I put up the
They,
same video. I saw it. It was
they may
amazing.
be only collecting data. You mean just like they put up the website and they just want to get everybody's information and they're not putting up the videos? Because there's got to be a lot of people
Well,
sending stuff in they're not putting up.
well, I don't know how you send it to them because I went on the website. I don't see a page where we, the public, can send our video footage to them. Not
Oh,
I'll
yet,
tell
anyway.
you, I ain't sending nothing to the
So,
government.
Commander, that
Yeah,
UFO sighting you're talking about was taken in Bogota, Colombia, 3 days
yeah.
ago.
Yep,
Yeah,
and it was all the way up high in the sky too. It
yeah.
was
It
a
was a
beautiful
woman
sighting.
with her 4-year-old son. I read the article on it. It was in Bogota, Colombia. Check this out. 24 hours later, UFO passes over Miami airport, and it's the same exact craft. I have video of that as well.
Oh, you do?
Wow.
Send me a
Same
copy, man.
UFO in Colombia shows up in Miami
Yeah,
hours
send me a
later.
copy of that.
Wow.
Oh, it's on my page. I got both videos up.
Oh, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
I'll
I
have to
got the
check it out.
one. I got the one you're talking about. That's in Colombia. That one's called
Yeah,
Bogota, Colombia. If you guys look it up, and then there's one that comes after that, 24 hours after that video, which is the
and
same
on the
UFO.
video, you can hear the one that I posted. I didn't use too much of music. I
Yeah,
used to like to put a little bit of cosmic music on
you
it,
put it up on
but
Facebook. I saw it.
you
Or I
can
think it
you
was.
can see the UFO. You can see the well, you can hear the voices of other
Of
Spanish
course,
people on the air
it was a
flight.
Spanish woman.
The air flight was
Mom
really
and a
high
kid.
up.
Yeah, it was a mom and her kid. Now,
Yeah.
the thing is, I've noticed lately with the UFO videos that do look real, they're in 4K, number one. Number two, there's a lot of diamond-shaped UFOs in 2023. These,
Oh
I
yeah.
know we know about them, but they're starting to reveal themselves more in 2023. Because there was a video that came out maybe 6 to 7 months back where this diamond-shaped UFO flew by a pilot at a very fast pace.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing it again in Bogota, Colombia, and then 72 hours later, we're seeing the same UFO in Miami, Florida.
Well,
Our
UFO
our
God,
DO,
that's the
our
DOD.
DOD
Oh yeah, go ahead, Commander. Tell him.
Yeah,
Yeah, our DoD contact months ago went live with top secret information, and get this:
yeah.
we had diamond-shaped spaceships that were going over Air Force facilities with nuclear weapons that were being shut down by these diamond-shaped craft that were, and the beings in the ship, I believe, were connected with the galactic forces that I work with, and
Wow.
they went 2.3 seconds per base,
I've
even
Yeah.
including
personally seen
Russia.
those
They
ships.
went 2.3 seconds
Yeah.
from Tokyo to New York, and 2.3 seconds to Russia, in 2.3 seconds from one place to the other. That's
Command,
crazy.
And
Commander,
each time they would jump, they would shut down a different facility.
Yep,
It's
absolutely.
amazing. I read about that.
now, Commander, have you personally seen these diamond-shaped UFOs? Because I have.
I've seen all
I
kinds
have.
of
They're the
spaceship, but
aurora.
I think I
I've
don't
seen the
remember the
diamond one.
diamonds.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I've
the
seen
one.
most. I saw a ship that was 2 football fields in
Well, I
length when I
saw.
was in Nogata, Connecticut.
Yeah, I saw one in February by UFC I'm sorry, UCF College, East
Uh huh.
Orlando
Yeah,
campus. And I was actually delivering some food to someone's house, and upon walking back to my vehicle, I was door dashing. I looked up at the sky and I saw this diamond-shaped craft. I couldn't believe that it was just floating with no wings, no
yeah,
propulsion, no nothing. And and in broad daylight, I could see a blinking blue light underneath it. It was beautiful.
yeah, yeah,
And and I watched it. It slowly went into a cloud, and it stood in that cloud for about an hour and did not move. No one else saw it because it started getting smaller, and it started just to sink into that cloud. And I was
yeah.
like the only one that saw it. Well, towards the end of the sighting, before it disappeared, and I tell people this on my live all the time, it shot a green laser at me, but it was like wavy. It was a wavy green laser, and it hit me
Whoa.
right on top of my nose, right there on
How'd
my
that feel?
forehead. It hit me, and it didn't shock me. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel a nerve, none of that. I tell you what I did do. I blinked my eyes. It made me blink my eyes. Neurologically, I think it did something to me. But
Well,
I didn't
how did
feel
you feel after? How did you feel after it had happened? Did you feel your consciousness shifting,
no,
or what happened?
no, nothing. I didn't feel no change. I didn't feel more intelligent. I didn't feel nothing. No data, upgrades, none of that. I do
Huh?
remember not feeling a thing, but being able to blink my eyes. It made me blink.
It's that
It
Well, that's
blinking
made.
interesting. Well, they
phenomenon.
Now,
could have
did
been.
you feel it? You felt it like make you blink?
No, no, no. I saw the light coming at me. It was a green, wavy light. I couldn't believe the distance between the UFO was about a mile and a half away in the clouds, and it shot a beam of light in broad daylight, and I could see it. It was just like a laser, but it was wavy, and
Yeah.
it hit me right on my forehead, a little right on top of my nostrils, a little underneath my forehead, and it.
Mm.
Almost like it was tapping into your pineal.
I think it was. I really
Well,
think
that
it
is
was.
probably to activate it. How big was the light? If you had to take like a laser beam, was it as big
Um,
as a pencil or bigger?
it was about 3 feet in width.
That's
Oh.
pretty big.
It was thick. It looked like a fruit roll up coming out of the UFO.
What if it
Wow.
was those things that the Men in Black used to make people forget? Those blinky things.
Now we're getting into the
Did you
sci-fi
lose any
area.
time?
Yeah.
Maybe he went for a
So
ride. Maybe he doesn't remember, but he got
What if the
abducted and
light
came
had to
right
get
back.
in your eye or something to
absolutely,
make
and
you
that's what I'm
forget?
thinking. Maybe I was abducted. They froze time. I'm thinking I'm continuing to just stand there after the blink. Maybe I was taken,
Exactly.
but
Well, you know what?
there was no time difference.
Let me
Yeah.
explain that this is really important because we're talking about the word abduction. So
Yeah.
you could have been not abducted. You could have been taken as a contactee, but you just don't remember the experience. It
No.
seems to me as I read this story, and when I read people's energies about this kind of stuff, I'm going to take a second to kind of read your energy for a minute of that. And I'll give you some information. You didn't feel any like you didn't feel like warped out, or what's the word I want to use, like you
No.
didn't feel like something, you didn't feel shaken or nervous or anything, correct?
No.
Okay,
I
here's what's
believe
going on here.
I believe the UFO was doing business, and I just happened to see it when nobody else did, and then noticed that
you
I
were
saw it. I
you
actually,
were
yeah,
you were taken, but you weren't abducted. There's a difference between being abducted, which is basically forced, and you can see what the abductees on the ship are doing to you. You were taken. I'm not getting a reading yet on who
yeah,
these individual beings were on the ship, but they weren't negative. You
no,
were chosen for something, I think. You just
I've
don't
told him
remember
that.
it yet.
I've told
And
him that
what?
with all the stories and all the experiences that he's
I'm,
Yeah,
shared
you're chosen
yeah.
on
for
his
something.
lives, he's special. He's
Yeah,
Yeah,
chosen.
you
he's
don't realize it yet.
Can
You're
I
not
tell
going to
you
know it
definitely
guys?
yet,
is
but
one
you
of
Back
the
in
will.
ambassadors.
2009, I lived in a place called Polk County, Florida. Um, and it's all country. There's nothing but orange
Plain
groves.
City.
Yup, there's nothing but orange groves where I was staying. And I was renting a mobile home on land. It was 1 acre. Nobody. I had no neighbors. One night I came out to walk the dog, and I seen these six red balls of light, red like the stoplight red,
Hmm.
came down from the sky like a swarm of flies, surrounded my body, flew around me, went back up into the sky, and disappeared. Not even 10 seconds later, I see two red lights counterclockwise flying through the sky. And I could tell that they're together. Whatever these two red lights are, I thought they were separate at first, but they were together. It was almost like a flying pencil with two red lights on each side.
Interesting.
So it was like a cylindrical object, and I'm standing there, and it came down from the sky. And as it got closer, I noticed it was a triangle. But check this out. I saw a UFO, triangular UFO, made out of pure glass.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that's
Transparent.
definitely possible.
No, it wasn't. No, no, no. I've seen them cloak. This one was glass. This
Yeah,
one
so
was
what you're calling
absolutely
glass could be a
glass.
material that's unknown to Earth. For them to travel, it wouldn't be like a breaking kind of glass because they have to travel beyond Earth and to Earth. So
Now
what you
look,
call glass is probably something different, and
it's
then
a metal
not like
material. Exactly. Now
yeah,
looking through it, I could see the stars, right? And
yeah.
you know how it did a V. It basically did a letter V. It came down from the sky, went right back up, flew over my Mustang, said, "Hey man, we just want to let you know we're here." As I'm looking at it going back up, because it hovered over my Mustang and it went back up. It was probably the size of three pickup trucks. I'm
Yeah,
looking
that's
through
pretty
it and
big.
I can see the stars, but check this out. There's a ball of white light in the middle, like a round light bulb, and it was
Hmm.
probably the size of a 4-year-old child. It was
Was
really
that
Hmm.
big.
the T3RB light?
No, no, I know it wasn't a TBR-3 government plane or
No, his was
reconstructed.
extraterrestrial.
No, no, I'm gonna explain to you
Wow.
why. I'm gonna explain to you why, because I know the TBR-3s are triangular too. I'm gonna explain to you why. So it's flying over me, does the letter V, it's pure glass, it's a triangle, I could see through it, there's a white light in the middle. All of a
Oh, okay.
sudden,
This is the glass one. Okay, okay.
yeah, all of a sudden the white light in the middle of the craft, this ball, it's spinning around in circles as this triangular craft that looks like glass flies over me doing a letter V. I'm looking at the white ball of light and it starts to dim and dim and dim and dim and dim. I finally saw what looked like an ant creature. It was an extraterrestrial. He was actually like a green color and he had gases flying around his body, like green absorbing gases, like out of a swamp, and he was
Wow.
controlling the ship. I could see him moving around, but really fast.
Yeah,
And at
you told
first
me
I thought he
this.
was shape shifting, but he was just
Wow.
moving. His density, his frequency was so fast that he would change forms. But I could continue to see like an ant creature, and he was the one controlling that triangular ship.
Hmm.
It's like that
Wow.
green
And
spider my friend saw with the alien face. The green spider on
and
a car with the alien face.
It
It's like
kept
and
changing.
it
It
had like
kept
an
changing
orb
form.
around
I
it.
couldn't believe it.
Wow.
It would go into like a 3 foot ant to a 6 foot ant. It would shrink. I'm looking in the ship and I could see this thing just moving around like all over the place. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, he told me
And then I
about
I
that.
realized
never heard. That's amazing.
yeah, and then I realized, man, they really are on a different frequency. They're vibrating fast.
Can I
You
get
know, it's
something in?
and
like when you
speaking of
take
vibrating fast, we have Mr. B
yeah.
as we're winding down the show tonight. Let's all welcome Mr. B to the show Encounters.
Hello, you beautiful souls. I love every last one of you guys.
I love you too, brother. Welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Hey, are you ready for November 12th?
I am. I'm waiting. Now
Welcome
listen.
in, Mr. B.
Hey, now
Good to see you, man.
I have proof on you can change your timeline. This isn't interdimensional. This is like in the now. So this is what it is. It's like we don't give our brains.
Everybody mute their
Well,
mic. Everybody mute
yeah.
their mic.
Okay, Mr. B, go ahead.
We don't give our brains enough credit, but it be the simplest things that we miss. Now, and on this subject, you get information, you get downloads on like this. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Have there ever been a time? Now, this is each and every one of you did this. You could have changed your timeline, or you could have missed that opportunity. Has it ever been a time when something happened and you like, I should send this email, or I should go pick this up, or I should go pay this bill, but you procrastinated. You procrastinated, and it could have came back on you 5 minutes later, a week later, or a couple days later, and you thought, if I would have just did that, all this stuff wouldn't have happened. That was your
Yeah.
timeline right there. You get the chance to change it. Our story is already wrote, but it's so many. It's so many of them, and every now and then you get a chance to change that timeline. You really do. It's either you act on that thought. This could be sending an email, calling somebody, sending a text, telling them anything, or doing something physical. But when you don't act on it, later on down the line, boom, here come the Mack truck, and you were like, "Oh man, if I would have only did this." That was your
Yeah.
time. That was your chance to change that timeline.
Wow. Mr. B, let me tell you what. I had the same damn epiphany today. I was standing in my kitchen sweeping the floor and I was praying and I said, thank you, God, for giving me discernment because every time I've been given a life choice, I feel that I made the right choice.
Yeah.
And if I didn't make that choice, what I was doing at that moment would have never happened.
Exactly.
And I feel that I personally feel that I am in control of my timeline
Hmm.
because I've reached a level of discernment where I can foresee how my decisions today will affect things down the road.
Right.
That's
That's
right,
right.
James. We were talking about that today, the mastery, that self mastery, that self actualization.
Yes, Mr. B. Mr. B must have been in the room talking right with me.
I
Yeah,
feel like we're on the
Yeah.
same page. I really do. I
So am
do.
I. Same page. Same page.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
So speaking of pages, it's now about 1:41 in the morning.
Commander needs to close his book.
It's been a long night, folks, since 11 p.m. And believe me, we have a lot to do, all of us,
Yeah.
collectively. It's time, Mr. B, all of us. We're all coming together November 12th. And my co-host, James, wait till you see the new video. We collaborated on the phone earlier tonight, coming home from my work. And it's going to be a video that's going to blow you away on it'll be posted on Facebook, my YouTube channel, and on here on TikTok. So,
Okay.
tell everybody about November 12th, invite everybody. We want as many people around the world on the 12th to join us. It's
I
really
will be
important.
there.
Commander, can I just go off? I want to just say one thing. I'm working on a theory because I've been piecing together the puzzle pieces. Because what I like to find is all the way back to, our
Max, you
divine
better hold
spirit.
on to that theory. Commander's trying to go to bed.
Okay,
Yeah,
it was just a real quick. It was a real quick one, but it's all right. We can save it for another night. We'll save it
we'll
for
save it
another
for
night.
another night. The
Okay.
commander is going to meditate and then be taken off planet to my planet Mars.
Let's go to
So
Dreamland.
It's been a
we're
great
going to
show
go
tonight.
there.
Good
Thanks
night.
everyone for
Good
being here.
night.
UFO
Love
God,
Good night,
everybody.
everyone.
everybody.
Good
Everybody
night.
have a great night.
I love
Thank
you
you for all the
all.
gifts. We love you all. Have a good night. Be well. We'll see you in the morning when it's light out.
Yes. Bye.
Everyone.